No, this stream is very much not early, alright? So today is October 20th, alright? Valve will pick items for Smissmas probably in the middle of November, around probably the 15th or 16th. They usually pick maps 2 weeks before the update launches, so that leaves us with about 3.5 weeks before the deadline for anything being put in the next update. So no, this is not early. If anything, this is late. We don't have a lot of time left, so better start now, guys. Otherwise, we're gonna miss out. Ay ay ay. Hello, welcome. We are now doing the workshop review stream where today we are building the Smissmas update. Part 1 of 2, we're doing it this month and next month. That's the plan anyway. That's what's going on. Alright? That's the idea. How's everyone doing? Everyone doing alright? It's Friday. You've made it to the end of another week. You've survived another week. It's all good. You've done it. So, before I start, a couple things I gotta get out of the way. The premise, all right? The premise, okay? Let me make my webcam a little bit bigger because you know this is serious, all right? The premise for these next couple of streams, all right, is this. I am making a very huge assumption. My assumption is that Valve is going to treat Smissmas like last year, where it was more of a generic update and not a heavily shitty Christmas-themed mess, alright? That's the assumption I'm making. So, my request to all of you, and this is how it's gonna work, is when you send me workshop links, when you send me workshop things for items and what have you to look at, send me your best. Send me the best cosmetics, send me the best unusual effects, send me the best skins, send me the best taunts. No maps, can't do maps. But send me the best of those 4 things. Because anything is going to be fair game. That's my assumption. Anything's fair game. Alright? And I will still give my feedback on what I think needs feedback. But the idea is that with these next 2 streams, I'm going to bookmark the best of the best that we come across. And us together will build a hypothetical Smissmas update. Do we like that plan? I like that plan. I think it's going to be fun. Alright? But I need you guys to participate. And this is how it goes, alright? If you want to send me workshop links, join the Discord in the link in the description of this stream. There's a Discord link there. Join that Discord. There is a channel in there that is called Workshop Links, which I have not opened yet for a specific reason, because I have to make one more request. Send 1 link at a time. Just 1. Don't send 10 at once, because if you send 10, then you're gonna bury 10 other people's suggestions. Alright? Send 1 link at a time, please. Does that sound good? Alright. I'm gonna open it up. And then you guys can start sending me your shit, alright? We sound good? Enable send messages, please. Hello? Where's that fucking permission? There it is. Alright. Go crazy. Send it in. Oh my god, it was fucking instant. There's already like 200 links, alright? Jesus Christ. Alright, so I'm gonna let those file in. As those file in, I'm gonna pull up some background music, alright? We'll pull up some background music. It'll be a nice chill venture. Let me resize myself here so we can not take up so much visual real estate. There we go. And I will be going in chronological order. Alright, I'm going in chronological order, but given the sheer volume of everything that's already been posted in here, no guarantees that I'm gonna be able to get through everything, okay? No guarantees. I will do my best. We get some of these links open, and we will get the ball rolling. Again, send me your best. Send me the best hats, taunts, unusual effects, and skins, man. Because we want to build the best update possible. That's the idea. We want to show Valve what we want. We want to show Valve what we think is good. We don't want the garbage. We don't want another fucking Christmas ornament hat. We don't want another fucking Santa Claus shoes. We don't want any of that crap. We want the good shit. No more saw blades sticking out of fucking Pyro's head. Not another cardboard mechanization, whatever the fuck we got for Halloween. Only the good shit. Alright? I think we can do this. Alright, making a mental note that I stopped at this link and immediately someone sends 6 links at once. I told you guys not to do that. Therefore, I'm going to completely ignore your message. Alright? Okay, so can someone explain this to me? What is with this emoji? What is this? Is it because I'm talking too much? You're watching a live stream. I don't know what do you expect? Do you expect like the little fucking cave runner game in the lower left-hand side? Do you expect like balloons and confetti flying around? Is your attention span that short that you need something else to distract you before I get started? Or does it mean something else entirely? It means spitting facts. Okay, then I retract my statement. Also, what the fuck am I looking at? Okay, so, I can't rate this one because this was rendered in Blender. These are not TF2 screenshots, therefore we will have no idea what the fuck this is gonna look like in-game. The concept is great, but this is not made in TF2. So, that's a hard pass, sorry. Capital Asset. Capital Asset. I think I looked at this one before. I will bookmark this one because this is a really good skin. I will add this, not there. We want Smissmas, done. This is a pretty sleek skin. Reminiscent of the Gentleman's Collection. I believe it's themed after an unused Gentleman's Collection case. I think that was the idea. Yeah, it was based off of that. So they basically, it looks like they ripped this texture from the game files, which is fine. Of course, it's not going to load. They pulled that from the game files. Looks like they made both of these. The custom gold wear isn't too in your face. Looks quite good. I like it. We'll bookmark that one. I dig it. I get it. It's based on the original. It's based on the original rocket launcher, but I don't like it. It's a little bland. I think we can do better. We can do better. We can do better for a Smissmas selection. I mean, it's a clever idea. It's not like it's terrible, but it's not the best. It's not the best. Yeah, the thing is, they just ripped the colors off of the original, for which the colors don't have that much contrast to begin with. So they nailed what they were going for here, but for Smissmas, I'm not feeling it. It would be like a civilian grade. Yeah, if Valve was still doing the original contract collections, this would definitely be a civilian grade. So it's not bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's not great. I'll say, you know, I won't even vote on it. I'll pass. Conflagration. Is it just the rocket launcher, or is this a war paint? Okay, I dig this. I like it. Oh, I don't like the custom wear. Oh, why? No. It looks really bad. Oh. Ooh, I like the base textures. Why'd you have to ruin it with this really ugly wear? It looks like spaghetti sauce. It looks like it was dipped in spaghetti sauce. Why? It's horrible. Like, this would have worked perfectly with just like a dark black char custom wear. Like the rocket had been fired, and so it got all dark from char and soot. That would have been totally fine. But this looks terrible. It looks like it's been covered in ketchup and spaghetti sauce and cheese. It's really bad. Like the base textures are totally fine, but get rid of that custom wear. It's really, really bad. Like, I understand what you were going for, like, the metal is heating up, but you really, really dropped the ball, and the base textures are already so busy. Like, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors here, along with the sticker, that when you add a wear texture like this, it's gonna make it really noisy, and add another set of colors that just don't make for a good composition. You really want to go for a simple custom wear here, where it's just a simple black charred burn. I'm gonna have to start my game so I can give a proper example of this, so they'll have this to refer to. The wear is really bad. Yeah, it's basically a ketchup gun. It looks like it was dipped in condiments. Yeah, the fire effect is definitely a miss. What are my thoughts on the Halloween maps? I have a video coming out about Scream Fortress probably next week. Scream Fortress in general, not just about this update, but so expect that next week. All right, so what I'm talking about is if you look at something like the Warhawk rocket launcher or the Warhawk grenade launcher, just something along those lines, right? So let's say, actually the grenade launcher does this pretty well. And then you swap over to Battle Scarred, right? Like you get these char marks at the end of it. This is the kind of custom wear that you want to go for. on that skin and not whatever the hell that ketchup stain is, alright? That's pretty bad. So I'll pass. Hand-rolled, we have another cigar war paint. I mean, again, it's like the base textures on this are fine, but the custom wear just does not look good with this. I don't know what they did. Something about having the war paint system with this type of custom wear just makes it look really bad, right? Because then when you go look at the custom wear on something like Coffin Nail, because you have fixed texture orientation and fixed scaling where it doesn't really screw that up, having that custom, like, you know, ember wear on Coffin Nail looks really good, right? It doesn't look so busy and noisy, the orientation is fixed, they're like much smaller details. Whereas something like this, it gets blown up and really big and it makes it look really, really noisy. Which is a shame because the concept is really cool, but you're kind of at the mercy of the war paint system, right? So, I think this one's another miss. It's a great idea, but it's not great. Wow, this is fucking ancient. So, I mean, we already have, you know, the Screaming Eagle and the Panic Attack, but we also have these two things that were not added. Wow, Valve is, you know, hey, Valve breaking up item sets is as old as fucking, you know, 10 years ago. You know? I mean, hey, these look fine. It's better than the green versions that we got, right? We got like the flat packs or whatever, those green things. Probably would have been better if they were tan. And these boots, not really great. Not great for Smissmas, but The pants are nice though. Yeah, the pants are okay, but I'm not the boots. I don't know, the wrappings or whatever this is looks weird. Why not just socks? It's weird. Can you fucking schizos get out of my chat? Jesus. What's this? Sergeant's Smack Talk. Is this an actual taunt? Let's find out. Oh. Can I open this link on YouTube, please? Thank you.
I joined this team just to kill maggots like you. Down and give me 20.
It's really long.
This is my world. You are
It's way too long for a taunt, dude. Like, can it be half this length? It could be half this length, right? It doesn't need to be this long.
you are walking vomit.
It's at least not superly overly animated. We've received worse as of late. It's not great. I'll bookmark it, but as a tentative, not an actual selection. It's not the worst. Yeah, it really could be a lot shorter. Like a nice short sweet taunt, you know? Like what is like a example like a good short taunt? Let me see. Like this. This is a good short taunt. Done. That's it. It doesn't last 9 seconds. That would be perfect. It's a bit too long. Tactical TX. I don't know. It's pretty clean. I think that's not bad. I mean, it's certainly better than the other one that was based on the original. This one's really sleek. I think this is good. 40 seconds of unskippable ads. What is being reviewed? I'm so sorry. That's YouTube just doing its usual nonsense. Fucking hate YouTube, dude. I don't know. I kind of like this. This is really good. This is a nice, simple, sleek option. I'm gonna bookmark this one because this would make like a nice mercenary grade for a warpaint case. It's not bad. I want to see how it wears though. Here we go. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I think this kind of wear is totally okay for this kind of skin. It's pretty good. I'm on board with it. The sticker is interesting. I'm not sure what this is meant to be referencing or what it represents. Is it like a bullet? Does anyone know? I'm stupid. Attempting to replicate the Widowmaker's promotional item, made it to have the same color scheme and sticker. Oh, okay, so it's the Widowmaker. Okay, this works better. This works better than the original one that they made. So yeah, I'm a much bigger fan of this one than the original for sure. Wow! Jesus Christ, it's so busy. Oh my god. Oh, it hurts to look at it. Oh, look how. Oh my god. Okay, so you want to know? Okay, so you want to know how many items this guy has submitted to Team Fortress 2? Look how many self-mades this guy has. Look how many fucking self-mates this guy has. This guy is docs people, by the way. Or no, sorry, not Crow. I always get Drew and Metabolic mixed up with Crow, but they're all in cahoots with each other. But Drew and Metabolic are workshoppers that docs people before. Anyway, you would think that someone with this many submissions on the workshop would at least try to make their textures not look as pixelated as this. You would think they would make the effort to not look so bad. It's so crusty. My god, it's horrible. Ugh. What, like, what is this? Zebatinsky reaction. I'm gonna Google that because I don't know what that is. It's probably a joke. The Belousov-Zebatinsky reaction is one of a class of reactions that serves as a classical example of non-equilibrium thermodynamics, resulting in an establishment of non-linear chemical oscillator. The only common element in these oscillators is the inclusion of bromine and an acid. Okay? They thought that this would make a good war paint. Bad idea. Just saying. Not very good. Oh, of course. Of course this one. I mean, this one is a no-brainer. Like, out of all the fucking war paints that Pamp has made, this one is one that is already just, it's ready to go for acceptance. This one doesn't use any custom coding, it doesn't use any custom mapping. This one is just flat out texture placement, and that's it. Valve could put this one in the game right now, and it would be perfect. It looks so good. Look how sleek this is. Fuck. Yeah, this one is guaranteed going in the video because it's just a phenomenal skin. It belongs in the game. It's fucking amazing. Again, this one's been on the workshop for a while. I know it's Pamp. I know it's Pamp. It's just it's so good. It's so fucking good. It's based off a wine bottle. It's really good. It's fucking great. It's a little much. It's I don't know, man. I'm just so completely unenthused with the neon color palette swaps of the same type of particle animations, man. I'm really tired of these unusual effects. We get so many of them. It's no different from all the other ones we've received over the past 4 years. I don't care. I don't like these, man. I'm sick of them. I'm gonna say no. I'm on this one for sure. I don't like this. I don't think this is necessary. Yeah, I don't think that text on there is necessary. Maybe it's okay. What do you think? I can't. I'm kind of torn. I'm torn a little bit. I'm not sure. I mean, I like it overall. It's a good skin, but I don't know about this text. It's kind of throwing me off. I don't know, man. So yeah, the brown is a little too rich, I think is the word I'm looking for. It's very, I think it kind of looks like they just took the wood off of the high rollers. It looks very similar to that, but it's hard to tell if they made a new one or not. No, it's not the high rollers wood. They definitely made a new one. I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, overall, the composition is really sleek. I love the red. The red is really good. The blue, I think, could be a bit more saturated, a bit richer, because it's almost gray. Like, the blue is almost gray. It could be a bit brighter, because the red is solid, but the blue it's almost gray. The gold detailing or brass detailing on this is also really nice. Yeah, the blue is almost black. It could stand to be brightened. I will tentatively bookmark this one as well. And just because I bookmark something doesn't mean it's going in the final video. I'm just gonna bookmark a bunch of shit and then I'll come back to it all and sift through it. But I like the red. The red looks really good. It's really, yeah, it's similar to iron wood, but you get more of the wood and more of like the team colored metal than you do the brass, which I think is really good. So yeah, this is pretty solid. Gentlemen, and the two ladies who are here, I am going to commit a crime. I am about to harass a workshopper. I'm gonna commit the most egregious form of harassment the internet has ever seen. I'm warning you now. It's graphic. I'm warning you now. Those with weak stomachs, look away now. Those who can't stand to see violence, cast upon your fellow man. Shield your eyes. You've been warned. It had to be done. Had to be done. Anyway. Scout Noir? I don't like these big coats, man. Like, the big coat does too much. It really, like, okay, first of all, it makes the Scout really bulky. Like, really bulky. And then it extends these long, drapey things coming off of Scout's player model. The modeling work on this one is also fairly lackluster. It looks really underdone. The colors are off a little bit, too. Like, the blue seems fine, but the red is a bit of a mismatch. Like, the lighting is kind of fucked. I don't know, man. It's not great. The hat seems fine, but the coat is not... The coat's not very good. Yeah, the coat's a pass. I don't like it. The hat, it says old. I don't know if it's been updated or not. I mean, the hat's fine. Is it all class? It's all class. Is it multi-class? Why have an all-class hat part of a set when the coat's only for Scout? I find that weird. Why do that? And of course, I mean, yeah, of course the entire thing is paintable because why wouldn't it be? Like hats I'll give a pass for. From now on, I won't be so strict on most hats because it's a hat and it doesn't really fuck with team recognition that much, but why make this all class? And in fact, it looks better on any other class than Scout. Like, it looks better on Medic, but we already have the Uber Stern Man. It looks good on Sniper, but we have a variety of other hats for Sniper that are like this. It looks good on Spy, but we already have we have like that part of that killer set. Yeah, it looks odd on Scout. It's such a very strange choice. And then these fucking suspenders. Hold on, I want to see this fucking... Okay, it's just the straps. I was a little scared it was gonna be the whole fucking legs. I don't know, man. I'm gonna say overall, no thanks. It's to me it's a big no thanks across the board for all these. I'm good. Foundry Fighter. It's a little underdone. It's not great. You need some texture here. You need some texture. You need some kind of a bright element to break this up. Like, I would suggest making this more of a gold or a brass. That would really give some kind of element on this, the ability to pop. And I don't like the green. The green is kind of gross. I much prefer just this. Like, yeah, this really doesn't even need a team color. I would just use this palette. I would brighten this up to be a brass or a gold, and then I would just go with that. And then, or if you want to do a team variant, then just stick with like your normal red and blue. I think that'd be totally fine. I really don't like this green is really throwing me off. It doesn't look very good on a weapon skin. Yeah, and then overall it's just too dull. It looks like clay. Yeah, a little bit. I like this simple metal color is totally fine. This needs to be brightened up a little bit. This can still be like a duller element. That's fine, but it really needs something to help make it pop. So, I'm gonna say no to this, but it definitely needs some improvement. But I really like this a lot more than this green. The green is basically kind of nasty sewer water. Not great. It doesn't even really nail the oxidized kind of copper look. When can I send my suggestion to you via stream? Send it now, Big B. I'll take a look. I don't know. This one I'm not gonna bookmark. Not very good. Yes, the So Close. Did we get this in game? I don't fucking remember. Did we get this one? I stopped keeping track of shit getting put in the game because I don't care anymore. Did we not get this one in? Alright. Alright, we didn't get this one in.
Nice try, pal. So close.
See, that's it. That's all you need.
Now that was close.
That's how long a taunt should be. Boom, one quick done. It doesn't need to be this 9-second storytelling thing. I think that's good. It's a nice. Yeah, I already upvoted this one.
So good as you think.
Yeah, I'm gonna bookmark this one. This is a good taunt. Yeah, and yeah, it's an actual taunt, too. Yeah, this is good. Nice, short, sweet, boom, done. What is this? YouTube's recommending me. Has anyone been getting other, like, really bizarre YouTube recommendations lately? This is like a furry VTuber. And it's like, it's got 3 views. Why is YouTube sending me this? It's so weird. I mean, I put this in, I think I put this one in my summer video. I put this one in my summer video. I think this is fine. I think this would be like a cute little addition for people who want their wacky shit in the game. I've always been the kind of person to say, hey, subtle wacky is fine. Subtle wacky is okay. This is the kind of subtle wacky that is totally fine. I'm okay with it. This should be in-game. But it's not. So, I don't know. I already made an attempt to advertise this one. I'll bookmark it again, but the chances of it going into my video are very small. So, yeah, it's a nice, simple, non-intrusive cosmetic. And of course, everyone's gonna like, oh, it's vampire, it's vampire. So what? Who cares? Yeah, it kind of fits. It does fit a little bit of what Pyro would do. Like, he would draw a face on his mask, right? So, I'm okay with it. This one again. I've looked at this one before. I don't know, man. The feedback I gave you before on this one is I still think this Damascus metal texture is a little bit too noisy. You gotta scale it up a lot, because these smaller bits where the waves get crunched down into these like small little rings here, it gets too cluttered and too noisy. So I don't. It's not quite there yet. The colors are there. The colors are there, but the main Damascus is not. It's not quite there, man. I think it needs to be scaled up. You gotta scale up that Damascus texture. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, we already have a Damascus Mahogany, but, I mean, I'd rather take another Damascus Mahogany over fucking, I don't know. You know? You feel me? Okay. Interesting concept. I don't know about the execution, though. See, this... It's got too much of the yellow, maybe? Like, just the base texture placement has too much of the yellow. I think it needs something else to break it up. Like, it looks really cool. Like, this in higher wears is definitely gonna... It's gonna be one of those skins that's gonna look really good with higher wear. Which I actually prefer, because most of the time you're gonna be unboxing something that is not factory new. We need more skins like that. And even in factory new, it's not terrible. My problem is that this galvanized metal texture is a little fuzzy. It's a little noisy. I think it misses looking like a TF2 texture. It's not quite there. But the hazard stripes are good. The colorization of the yellow is fine. The custom wear is cool, but it's just this galvanized metal, man. I don't know. It's a little too... I don't want to say photorealistic, but it's too fuzzy. And no, and listen, as is, would not be mad if this got in game. It's pretty solid. However, I can't read this fucking text. Like, maybe this should just say Manco Excavation. Fill out this sticker a little bit more and get rid of this bottom line of text right here, because like, even if this was in game, you wouldn't be able to read it. It's too small. But yeah, man, like, see what I mean right here? Like, how noisy this gets? It looks like they have, an alpha layer or something on here that, like, makes it shiny. So it just makes it look even more like television static. So this base texture here would really need some level of simplification in order for it to not look so fuzzy. So... yeah, you need map -10 to read that in-game, yeah. I'll bookmark it, but I'm not completely sold on it. But it's pretty good. Yeah, maybe scale up that metal texture a bit. I don't know if this uses any kind of custom scaling or what have you, but yeah, maybe if they just scaled it up, it wouldn't look so, yeah, it wouldn't look like television static, so. Simple gray? No, I think it needs to look like a brushed metal, because that really sells the package on this. But, it's too detailed of a texture. Saw that already. I think, yeah, I went through this before. I wasn't a fan of these vests at all. Mainly because it was changing too much of the engineer's default colors, specifically this one. Yeah, I didn't like this one that much. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this one. The ones I did like were the ones that preserved a lot of the team color, and I didn't like this one because it was the same color on both teams. You can't have this be the same color on both teams and have it take up that much visual real estate. You gotta have it team colored. But the rest of these are fine. Like, but what's unfortunate is, if they add this cosmetic, they're gonna add all 4 variants and not just 1 or 2. So, can't bookmark it. I still like this one. I still like this skin. This is a personal favorite of mine. You know, thematically, doesn't really fit in TF2. I mean, because, you know, it's based after rally cars, right? It's not really something you would expect to see in TF2, but the colors on this are fucking awesome, man. And I like it. I kind of like it. Like, it even handles a tire texture pretty well. So, I'm gonna bookmark it. Tentative. Not gonna... Again, whenever I bookmark something, it's not a guarantee, but I personally like this one. So, I'm okay with it. And I've given this one praise before. This is just Community Sparkles. That's all this is. This looks just like... Yeah, this is... Do we have an example? Oh, it's so fuzzy. Can we just have... Can it just be white? Can it just be white? Does it have to be... does it have to be a rainbow? Can it just be white? Like, if it was just white. Like, if it was just white and blue, or just white and red, it would be so much better. But we really don't need... How many color variants are there? How many different versions of this are there? How many? Was it like 5? 3. Or no, it's changed. It's RGB. It's RGB. It goes through. It's just a full fucking rainbow. I mean, we really don't need this much color in one unusual effect. Like the animations and particle effects are totally fine, but again, can it just be white and blue, or red, or red and white? You know, just keep it simple. You don't need every single color in there, because it looks like a really ugly color bomb. Simplify it. It's okay to keep things simple. Like this promo, all the particles here almost look all white. It looks way better in the promo, and Scout looks really weird. Look at this. Look at this. It's like a really creepy, uncanny paint over. Why do people do this? Like, his face is overly exaggerated. They added, like, wrinkles that aren't supposed to be there. It's a little freaky. I don't like it. Like, this too. This too. Like, the colors are way simpler here. It just looks like it's red and blue. If it was red, white, and blue, and no other colors, that'd be great. But it's a big color bomb. I'm not a fan. Slippers? Slippers? Why? Why slippers? It's just it doesn't seem right. It looks weird. It just like fucking soldiers bare ass ankles here. Like it fucking like them like I'm just gonna make a joke. I can't make it with given the current state of affairs in the world. But it doesn't look good. I'm not a fan. I'm just gonna say no in general to these. It's just something about soldiers' feet. Ankle porn haram. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's This is another one where the colors are totally fine, but the primary texture is too much. It's really busy. I don't know what they could do. It needs some level of simplification, because right now it's way too cluttered. Like okay, maybe I shouldn't say cluttered. It is too busy. Like the texture, like the pattern itself is neatly organized, and it's it's a nice recognizable pattern. Yeah, and maybe it's too bright. Maybe it could stand to be darkened. Like maybe the print of the texture can be darkened a bit, so it's not so faded into the background. I think that would work fine. I think the gold is fine. Like the gold is great. The base white is totally fine. But yeah, maybe this could stand to be darkened a bit. Maybe that's all it needs, and maybe perhaps remove some of the finer details in this. Like, I don't know if it needs all of these little squares here. Some way to simplify it down, but I think the main thing that needs to be done is that this pattern needs to be darkened a little bit. How does it wear? Let's find out. It wears normally. It just uses the normal wear, which is fine. Yeah, I think this is okay. In-game. Load. Really, really crusty screenshots. But like, even in-game, it doesn't look that bad. Yeah, even in-game, it doesn't look bad. But I think it's this primary texture that leaves a little something to be desired. But I think the only change that it might need is just darken the main texture a little bit. Darken the pattern. And then that might be all it needs. Yeah. Not gonna bookmark it, though. Ah, here we go. This is the updated version of this. It's an all-class kind of fedora hat. Why does it have to be all-class? Can it just be for one class? I think it'd be great. Also, since when does Scout smoke? It's kind of out of character for him. It's not bad. As like a standalone hat, I think it's totally fine. Looks decent. Because it gives a different smoking element for each class. We got this in the summer update. Yeah, we got like the Brothers in Blues, but this is noticeably different with a wider brim. I don't know, fully paintable, but eh. It doesn't need this though. It doesn't need the smoking element in the hat. It's like little random bits of noise that it could really do without. I don't like that. Is that what it looks like when you wear it? Oh, that's just the backpack icon. Okay, I was gonna say if that was actually on the hat model, I'd be upset. But that's just the backpack icon. All right, that's fine. Yeah, this is fine. I'm okay with it. I'll say yes. I'll bookmark it. I'm alright with it. As far as simpler effects go, it's a nice breath of fresh air that there's not 5 neon color variants of this one. Like, the thing that makes me the happiest is that there's no neon green, there's no neon pink or purple or yellow or orange or blue or red or whatever. It's just a gold halo. And returning to simpler concepts without 7 color palette swaps is something that we really need for unusual effects, because unusuals are just so oversaturated now that they're not special anymore. Like, we get 20 or 25 unusual effects added with every fucking update. Remember when we got like 7 in a year? And now we get like 60. People wonder why unusuals aren't popular anymore. There's just too fucking many of them. They're like hats. Valve treats unusual effects like hats now. That's why they're not special. This one, thankfully, stands out quite a bit from everything else, where it is just its own unique concept. And that's it. So, I'm alright with it. The only thing I don't really like is I don't know if it needs the falling stars. It might, if it just a little. Oh no, is there other color variants of this? There not be. Okay, thank God. The only thing I don't like about this is I don't like the falling sparkles. What I would like is if they just kind of slowly radiated around the ring and then faded after a fairly short distance. I think that would look better. And yeah, it is a bit too high. It needs to be lowered down. As is, wouldn't be offended if it was added. Everyone knows that the adjust unusual effect option has been broken since launch, but even as is, I'm pretty okay with it. I will say yes, and I will bookmark it. So, like, this is finally a Halo effect that doesn't look like raw ass. So I'm okay with it. I'm good. Looks like a toy. This is also very saturated. There, yeah, we have. Okay, so my #1 pet peeve and the #1 thing that you need to avoid: no flat white, no overly saturated flat colors, because this is the first thing that the eye's gonna gravitate towards, and it's gonna stick out like a sore thumb, and it's fucking ugly. These colors really need to be muted down. These also just look like recolors of in-game textures. They look just like color overlays. I mean, color composition-wise, it's fine, but this sticker is really, really bad. It needs to be brought into line with TF2's color palettes, and it needs some level of texture because these simple flat colors don't really do it any favors. So, Also, I don't know how I feel about army green like this. It's a little too rich. It's a little too rich of a green. Like if you look at something like the Liberty Launcher, it's a more of a faded green, and you can get away with this too, right? You can get away with this because you have like a nice bright neutral element that helps balance it out, and then you go to something like the Airstrike. Where's my fucking Airstrike? Hello? Do I even own a vanilla Airstrike? I don't. I only owned a skinned Airstrike. Anyway, like even at like the high rollers green, like it still is faded and like lighter, right? This is too dark. It's a little too dark, it's like not saturated, but it's a little too dark. It could use some brightening and then maybe a little bit of fading. So, yeah, this one definitely needs more work. These other colors are fine. Maybe instead of a gray, actually, yeah. Don't use gray, use tan. Tan with this green, like how the Liberty Launcher does it, that would look really good. Keep the brass, maybe. But you might have to change it. Or maybe just swap these two textures. Yeah, just swap these. Swap the gray, and yeah, swap the mapping on the gray and the brass. And I think that would look a lot better. And then fade this green a bit, brighten it up a little bit, get rid of the sticker, like rework this entirely. Don't use flat colors like this, and it's way too saturated. And then go from there. And then go from like basic is fine. Basic skins are we need more basic skins, please. God. We need more basic skins. For the love of God. I don't want, you know, I don't want this. I want Christmas. I like Christmas. I love snowmen and trees and presents. It's simple is better. Simple is better, in my opinion, for TF2. This is part of a larger set that I have seen before. I do like this. I have praised this before. I do like this. The paint region is subtle, retains a lot of the medic's default colorization. I think this is great. The hat, however, it's got a little too much going on. Do I say the line? Do I say the line? I think I have to. I have to say the line, guys. I gotta say the line. Fortnite. It's a little Fortnite. It's got a little too much visual clutter for something that looks like a TF2 hat. I would get rid of the syringes, I would get rid of the blood pack, I would just have the helmet, and that's it. You can keep the logo on the front, you can keep the main helmet, but it doesn't need all the other extraneous shit slapped onto the side. It makes it too busy, it makes it too cluttered, and it just doesn't look like a TF2 hat. But the coat I'm okay with, but I'm not gonna bookmark either of these. Monsoon Made. You only uploaded GIFs? I mean, I appreciate that, but I would like some other in-game screenshots that aren't this fuzzy. It's not bad. I like how you have this alpha layer where, like, based on the angle, lightning shows up. That's really clever. That's a cool idea. It needs a little more work. It's overall the composition is a little too dark, but it's okay. It's unique. Yeah, Jasper is right. It's unique. It's a unique skin. I'm not the biggest fan of it though. Yeah, animated. You have animated GIFs. Oh, what? Let me guess. You say GIF? Anyone who says GIF can drown in a jar of Jif peanut butter because it's not how you say fucking GIF. G is GIF, like gift or great. You don't say GIF. What the fuck's wrong with you? Ugh. It's okay. I've seen this one before. I'm pretty okay with it. I'm okay with this one. I think it's fine. Though, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it again, it's still. Oh wait, what? This shirt better. Is this fucking paintable? This better not be fucking paintable. I hope it's not. Doesn't seem like it is. I don't know. The thing that bothers me the most about this one is that all of the default coloring on the engineer is gone. Like, there's no default team color whatsoever preserved on his model. And that's a problem. I'm gonna change my mind on this one because I don't think that's appropriate. You need to preserve at least some of the default team colorization on a model. Otherwise, it could potentially screw people. It could screw people up, right? Because here, on certain maps in certain areas of lighting, this is all just gonna look brown, right? It's just gonna look brown. The blue is fine, but this might look brown. Wearing it in tandem with other cosmetics, it's important that you preserve some default color. What does it matter it's red or blue? Just because it's red or blue doesn't automatically make it okay. Like, if you just thrust in fully saturated red or fully saturated blue onto a character model, it's not going to save it from looking out of place, right? And the thing is, you need to remember that most cosmetics in this game preserve the default positioning of the default team color. And that's what players' brains are trained to look for. So when you strip that away, in the midst of gameplay, it's going to screw people up, right? Even if it is still red or blue, if they're not met with the shade of red or blue that they're looking for, it's going to mess people up, right? So you need to preserve that. So I'm going to do a pass on this one. God. Well... So, once again, we have the crucial problem of flat black and flat white. You cannot use flat saturated white or flat saturated black in this game, otherwise it's going to look really, really bad. So, tip number one, desaturate these colors and give them a little bit of texture so they're not so in your face. And we have the Bovine Blaze Maker already, I know. Right, so I'll go to that because that handles, you know, the Holstein cow pattern quite well. See how these are muted? Like the black isn't flat black, it's gray and washed out. The white is toned down and, you know, washed out with some gray. It's not flat black or flat white. This just does not look good. So tone down the colors. The cow sticker doesn't even look like anything reminiscent of TF2. Frankly, it doesn't even need it. I would get rid of it entirely. Yeah, it's like a weird cutesy card. It almost looks like an emoji that you slapped on the player model. So why can't you have flat colors? Because they look really bad in game. They're overly bright things that the eye will gravitate towards, and they stick out like an ugly sore thumb. It's why lime green and pink look like shit in TF2 as well. So, like, the team color is fine. The team color is fine, and this tan is fine. But the white and the black really need to be toned down. And then I would scale up this texture as well. I would scale it up a lot so it's not so small and blotchy, because right now it's scaled down too much where it's a little too busy. So, yeah, make those changes and then resubmit and try again. Don't we have this? Bee Cave Bomber. See, like, this one is a little more okay. Like, this is another instance where all the default coloring has been removed from the engineer's model, but the blues and reds used are a little bit like even this is still treading a little bit too much into brown territory. So it changes a little too much. You know, I would like to see, like, maybe they could have gone with something like a gradient where it's brighter at the shoulders with the default color and then it wears down to like something sooty, like sooty and dirty. You know, it looks nice, right? But I don't know, man. You gotta be a little bit more careful with the colors you choose. Again, the blue is fine, but the red I can see causing problems. Like here, in the promo, it's way more saturated. Like in the promo, it looks fine. This looks like red, but in these in-game screenshots, not so much. Not so much. Dark Welder? This is an item set. This looks weird. We have another instance where this doesn't really look like a TF2 item anymore. Like, this doesn't look like pyro. It looks just like some weird Fortnite thing. And like, why a hood? Why have a hood? It looks really, it doesn't even match the mask. Ugh. I'm not a fan of these. Yeah, that's a hard pass on both of these. No thanks. Kind of ugly. Capo. Commando. Could be worse, but it could be worse, but I'm looking for the best, all right? I'm looking for the best to put into a Smissmas update. Why? Why is it so saturated? Why do you do this, man? Every time this guy fucking submits something, he has the tendency to change the default colors to where it's not default red and blue anymore. Like, the blue is fine, but this looks, it's too like, just like if this was the default red and the default blue, it'd be totally fine. I'd be okay with it, but it looks kind of weird. The hat is fine. I'm okay with the hat. The hat and the mustache looks good. This is very much compatible with a bunch of other items we already have in game, and I think this would be totally fine. I'm gonna bookmark the hat because I like the hat, but the shirt doesn't look good to me. I'm not big on it. Ah, yes, unusual weapon effects. We're never gonna get another. We're never gonna get another one of these, guys. It's not gonna happen. We will never see another unusual weapon effect added to this game. So, as cool as this would be. Even though it does look really neat, you know, it's... Okay, maybe not. I lied. That's... Okay, okay, yeah. Slow down that animation. Jesus. Slow that down by a lot. Holy God. It's like they did host timescale 30. My God. Make it 1/4 of the speed. 1/4 of the speed, and then it would be fine. But, yeah, we'll never see another unusual weapon effect. We haven't received any more. We got the 4 that we got in 2015, and we haven't received any since. And I think the reason for that is too many weapon effects were causing performance issues. That's one of the reasons why they removed Energy Orb. You know, they discontinued Energy Orb back in 2016. Yeah, this effect. This one you can't unbox anymore because this particle effect would crash people's games. It would bug out really often and like fill people's screens with blinding light. This particle animation was really CPU intensive and would lag people's games, so they just made it unavailable anymore. Obviously, they couldn't remove it from the ones that had already been unboxed, but they made it unavailable from the original skin cases. So you were only able to unbox this effect from like July of 2015 to February of 2016, and then they discontinued it in like an unlisted patch note. So, yeah. And as a result, you have these Energy Orb weapons that have been completely hoarded by traders and hyper-inflated into oblivion. So if you want even a mercenary grade, battle-scarred, Energy Orb weapon that isn't an SMG, you're spending like $800 on this, which is fucking wild, you know? And admittedly, I spent far too much money on this as well, but I wanted to own one because, you know, I wanted to own one because it's discontinued. I think it looks cool, but I wanted to get one before they kept going up in price. Okay, so now we have now we're back to the first version of this. Like, this one looks better with the custom wear. Like, the custom wear still isn't great, but this custom wear somehow looks better than the other one. So it's like, why couldn't you just do like an ashy wear? So here's the thing. My dad smokes cigars. Like, my father has smoked cigars his entire life. And when you're smoking a cigar, the burnt end of the cigar does not look like that. It doesn't look like the previous version, and it doesn't look like this. The tip of a smoked cigar is just a big lump of gray ash, and that's it. So what they could do for the custom wear on this one is just go for gray ash. Something simpler, right? Because the rest of these textures already add enough detail that if you put a busy custom texture underneath that, it's going to make it look too busy with the overall composition. So they could definitely get away with just doing like a simple ashy gray as the custom wear, and then leave it at that. That's all they would need to do. This version is better because the custom wear is simpler than the other one. But yeah, I don't think you need to have embers on this at all. You could just do simple ashy, simple ashy gray, and it'd be fine. Solid steel. Oh, shame. Let's see. Winter Mantal Capuzzi. Made in 2021. The modeling on this one isn't very good. Like, I like the idea, but the modeling work is pretty poor. It looks shiny. It looks shiny and smooth, like it looks like it's the first time someone molded an item or something in Blender. So, yeah, again, the concept is fine, but the execution is very, very mediocre. I've seen other snake skins that handle this concept a lot better. I don't know. It's not great. What does it look like? Okay, so what does it look like when it's worn? What does it look like in-game? Can we get some in-game screenshots? You know. So, why'd I pass up on Scout Time? Scout Time is someone who does not deserve an item in this game. He is someone who has been a scammer in the past. He used to scam items for people in TF2 trading. He is what I would like to call an insane bootlicker who basically muscles his way via, like, you know, basically tricking inexperienced workshoppers into being a contributor on their items because he desperately wants a self-made item that he can show up on his YouTube channel. And to me, that's personally really shitty, and he should never get something in this game, period. He only ever performs the bare minimum in order to get a self-made item in TF2 because that's all he cares about. So, he should not have an item in this game. And the war paints that he makes are just Valve overlays slapped on top of solid colors. He doesn't actually make anything, so. I don't know how I feel about this one. Yeah, the colors are a bit odd. I'm not a fan of the colors. The black's too saturated. The colors are a bit weird. Is it not team colored either? Yeah, it's not, or is it team colored? Okay, it is team colored. Thank God. Thank God it's team colored. Like, okay, listen. Don't go bother the guy, alright? Someone asked, I gave my reasoning. Leave the guy alone. It's like, don't go be a dick. Just, he doesn't deserve something in this game. Like, here the colors are way more muted, but then when you look at the in-game screenshots, the colors go to flat. Why? I don't know, I'm not a fan of this one. The colors look off in the game. Like, these screenshots have them way more muted. Like, are these even TF2 screenshots? I don't think that, yeah, the lighting is odd. These look like, yeah, these are screenshots that were done in Blender, right? Yeah, these are screenshots that were made in Blender, and then when they put it over into the game, it looks like ass. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. Just not very good execution. You need to remove some of the colored stripes on this. You need to desaturate the black a little bit. This sticker is way too detailed. I would heavily simplify it. And I would just make this as a flat gray and not this repeating cassette tape texture. It looks really ugly and out of place. So, yeah, I would remove some of the stripes. I would, you know, try to get the colors more in line with what you were trying to do in these Blender screenshots. So, yeah, it's just a little odd looking. I would go with that first. I've seen this one before. It's not the worst. I'm always gonna stand by that pixel art looks out of place in TF2. Have I made a skin? I have contributed towards a few, yes. I don't like these. The pixel art looks weird, but it's like. But even then, I like the colors on this. I'm not really offended by it. I'm not offended by it. The colors are fine. The scaling on the textures is fine, but it's just not. It's not TF2. Pixel art really isn't TF2, right? Like, you have the digi camo on the sand cannon, and that's really the only instance that I think barely scrapes by. So let's see. Let's go to the sand cannon. Sand cannon. Like. Even then, it's like you have these outlines on the colored patches that kind of give the illusion of there being some kind of gradient to this, and all the colors don't contrast super sharply against each other. Whereas this, it kind of lacks that, you know, these outlines around the spots entirely, where like it doesn't give that illusion of a gradient. So it falls a little short. The colors are fine, don't get me wrong, but I think if you're gonna try to do pixel art on this, you need to try to get it to look something that's a little more worn out, like the digi-camo that we have on the sand cannon, because here it's just flat. It's just flat. You need to incorporate some scratches, you gotta incorporate some dirt in there, because otherwise it's just gonna be like big splotches of flat color, so... I'm not sold on it. Vivid Varnish. So when it comes to trying to fiddle with gradient war paints, you know, I've seen a lot of attempts that fall short. This one doesn't. This one is probably one of the best that recreates like the tiger buffed gradient or the leopard printed gradient and keeps it adhering to the style of the game. The only problem with using a base like this is that you're inevitably gonna get color combinations that look kind of bad, right? Like, that looks good, this looks good, but like this red against that tan doesn't look that great, you know, this set of colors doesn't look very great, you know, you have to like really get lucky and get a roll that looks pretty decent, or put it on a weapon that looks like this fucking, you know, amputator, slick. This Bizarre Bargain, slick, right? Like, you just gotta get lucky on your roll, and you're kind of putting yourself at the mercy of that Warpaint base when you do that. But again, given all the other attempts I've seen at someone trying to make a Warpaint that uses these gradients, you know, this one where it's like a random selection of, where it's a random selection of these gradient textures, it's probably one of the best I've seen. I'm kind of okay with it. I'll bookmark it as well. Again, a bookmark doesn't guarantee that it's gonna go in a video, but I like this one. I think it's good, you know. It's a good successor to what Tiger Buffed, Leopard Printed, and Macaw Masked did. And if you're gonna go about playing with those gradients, you know, those types of gradient textures, this is the way you gotta do it. So, I'm pretty okay with this one. Hey man, I'll tell you what. Like I was saying earlier, it's a breath of fresh air to not have this be 5 neon color palette swaps of another particle animation that looks like that's pretty much indistinguishable from like the other 50 we've received over the past few years. Right? Like, it's gotten so bad that when I see something like this, I like it. Right? The smoke's not needed. No, I think the smoke is needed. I think the smoke's okay. You know, it's a nice slow. Yeah, I like this a lot as well. I'm drawn to this one because it's a simpler effect. It's a simpler effect. You know, it's not too in your face. It's not like, you know, a neon eyesore. You know, you wouldn't be able to get it on the Napper's Respite for the pyro because, you know, the nature of cases sucks. But I'm okay with it. Yeah, it looks like a 3rd gen unusual. It's cozy. It's comfy. It's simple. I'm okay with it. I will say yes, and I will bookmark it. Last Conager, I love this beard cosmetic. I love this beard cosmetic. But wasn't it paintable? And isn't that why I downvoted it? Ugh! Why? It doesn't need to be paintable, dude. Ugh, it sucks too, because like no one's gonna paint it these colors. No one's gonna paint it these colors. Everyone's gonna paint it fucking lime green and pink and roam around like a fucking leprechaun. It sucks, because I like the beard. Why'd I downvote the tracksuit again? I don't remember. I looked at this months ago, but I don't remember why I downvoted the tracksuit. I can't remember. I don't know. I kind of changed my mind. I much prefer the plain. I prefer the plain look a lot better. The paint region is small. Like, even the paint region on this isn't terrible. Like, if the paint region had been, like, the stripes down the side of the sleeves, I'd have been pissed. But the inner part, like, just doing the inner part of the hoodie, it's aight. I don't know. I think I changed my mind on this. Mainly because I like the beard. The beard and hair would look really good in the game. The beard and hair would look really good. I'll bookmark this and I'll have a think about it later. Another Damascus steel, man. This one falls even flatter than the previous one. Just the main texture is way too busy. You gotta thicken out those lines, you gotta space out those lines, scale up the texture a little bit. Like, just doing dark gray and like light gray, that's fine, but it's just look how noisy this is. Oh, it's like spaghetti! Woo! Woo! Way too busy. Just, yeah, thicken the lines, scale it up, you know. Like Damascus Mahogany also gets away with it because Damascus Mahogany isn't like a traditional like Damascus texture. So let me find you, or maybe it is. Hold on, but I'll show you what I mean. The thing about Damascus Mahogany and why it gets away with like these finer details on this is because it's a more structured pattern where it's a fingerprint that's been overlaid on itself, right? And it's the same, you know, circular pattern, the same one, just overlaid a bunch of times, and not all of these random contorted lines that when they're all kind of mashed together, it makes it look really busy. And it doesn't look very good, right? It's more organized than something like this, which looks like a topographic map. So, and yeah, also on this, the lines are really faded. And also, they're not like really wavy. They're all the same, you know, degree of curvature. And that's really pleasing to the eye. Like, you have almost concentric circles on this, rather than having, you know, the intensity. Like, if you take the derivative of this line, that derivative would be all over the place, right? Whereas the derivative of these lines, it's just a nice, simple. Oof. The slope of that line stays the same, baby. Stays the same. Looks good to me. Yes, I know the derivative of a flat line is a constant. I know that. But you get my point. So if it's a curved line, you take the derivative of that. It's not going to be, because it would just be... So let's say you have like x squared, right? So x squared, take the derivative of that. It's still going to have a variable. So you would need the double derivative. Yeah, take the double derivative of that line, and then it would be a constant. If you can take the double derivative of a curved line, and it's a constant, that looks more pleasing to the eye. If you take a double derivative and it's not a constant, not gonna look good to the eye. So, just a little bit of math for you. Sorry. I mean, I appreciate what's being done here, but I can't say yes. You know, I can't say yes. Again, I appreciate what you're doing, but I'm gonna say no. Fucking everyone. Some people get it. It's a Toho hat. Relax. Why is someone calling me a bigot? Why? It's a little too intense, man. It's pretty fast. It's got a lot going on. It's a solid saturated black circle. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. It doesn't look very good. I'll like, it needs some level of simplification. Like if the ring inside was hollow, like if this ring on the inside was hollow and it just showed stuff through it, then it'd be fine. I would get rid of the intermittent flashes of particles. Doesn't need that. You could keep the shape, you know. I would heavily slow down the particle animation where it's like a nice smoother rotation, and then I would fade out the edges a little bit more, because here it's just like a harsh black, or not a harsh black ring, but a harsh bright ring. I would have it faded out a little more from the inner edge to the outer edge, and then it would be a lot better. The fuck is wrong with you guys in my chat? Relax. Jesus. No, and yeah, I understand, like, a black hole is meant to be a black hole, but a big, solid black dot moving around the map looks like shit. It's not gonna look very good in the game. Alternatively, have it just be behind the head and have the head be the center of the black hole. That would be better. Like how Sunbeams is centered on the head. Don't have it be above, have it be behind the head or in the head, I guess. That would be better. Do that. Okay? I think that's a better idea. Yes, so I have seen this one before. Aiden sent it to me before. He tweaked the colors on this one, and after he tweaked the colors, this one turned out oh so much better. It's fucking great now. Oh, it's an anime skin! Anime! Yes! Fucking anime! You know. I think it's good. It's clean. It's good shit. I say yes. I say yes to this one now, and I will bookmark it. Aiden's done other stuff recently. Maybe people have sent it to me, but he's done other stuff recently that I think is way better than this one that would definitely go into a hypothetical Warpaint case. Okay, so I was sent... So apparently I was sent something via Steam chat that I need to look at before I start opening more links. I got shit for putting this one on stream before, Big B, so it's an Iron Cross Warpaint. The colors are fine, but you know, it being the Iron Cross, you're gonna upset people, so. The VOD where I looked at that one actually got age restricted because people reported it. So that's really fucking stupid, but it happened. Okay, so I think I left off there. All right, let me get more links going. Oh wait, why did it put me down at the most recent? Oh fuck, oh man, Discord completely reset my chat. That's so lame. Hang on, I gotta go back to the top. Son of a bitch, that's annoying. Here we go. Where did I leave off? Where did I leave off? Oh, Christ. Okay, now I've completely lost my spot on my list because Discord shit the bed and reset my chat and sent me down to the bottom, which is really annoying. So I need to, like, get a rough idea as to where I was before. Hang on. Did I see that already? I did, so I was past that. See this? Okay, that's where I left off, right there. So, open up these. Get some more links. Get a bunch this time. Okay, that should be enough before my fucking Chrome crashes. Okay, that'll do. Onwards. It doesn't look very good. The modeling and texturing work on this one is really half-baked. Concept is fine, but the execution is just not very good. Winter Solstice. Dude, okay. Yeah, this would be some serious high-tier shit if they put that one in the game. Very much reminiscent of the older Cloudy Moon effects that we used to get. You know, Cloudy Moon, Harvest Moon, and what have you. This would just be a Frost Moon, but hey man, I like it. Once again, it's not another neon color palette swap. It's its own unique thing. It looks really good. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna bookmark it. I think it might go in the video. It looks pretty good. I think this is great. Yeah, the snowflakes are nice and subtle too. I think it's good. I think it's too saturated. I don't think so. The one thing that I would recommend is maybe shrink down the moon a tiny bit. It might be a little big. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm good. I'm okay. I like this. We'll take it. We'll take this. Yeah, That's good. That's ooh. Ew. It's a little... If the GIF is of any indication, it's pretty jittery. Oh no, that does not look very good. It's a bit of a dud. Like, even as, like, it would be better if it was behind the head, where, like, the merc's face was what was being projected on the film, and not having it raised above their head. If it's just if it's, like, raised above their head, it's like this jittery, lower FPS square that's just sliding above it, like, sliding like that. It just doesn't look very good. Like, the animation is fine and what have you, but it doesn't look very good as an unusual effect. Yeah, I think this one's a bit of a dud. Like, here's the thing, right? Like, yeah, you can adjust the height of unusual effects, but that option has been bugged for so long, right? Just ignore the giant titties on my pyro, okay? But, like, you can adjust the unusual, but it didn't really do anything, and now it's broken. Great! Awesome! So, can't really adjust it if you want to. Yes, I have a mod that puts giant boobs on the Lunatic's leathers. I will own that. I like putting boobies on the pyro. I think it's great. And I think what's better, look at the fucking fireman outfit. Fucking Fempyro in the fireman outfit? I think that's good shit. I think that's great. Very sleek on this. I am a fan of the Fempyro. Anyway. Bit of a dud on this effect. Not really sold on it. Mic drop? Why a mic drop? What does...
Would you look at you? I mean, look at you! It's starting to bore me how much you suck.
I don't really think a mic... I mean, I get... Yeah, Eminem, haha. That's... Yeah, I mean, okay. The positives of this are it's short, it's effectively a taunt. The animation work isn't, like, overly done and exaggerated like a lot of newer stuff we've been getting. It looks and feels like TF2, but I don't know if, like, Scout whipping out a microphone and doing a mic drop is tonally appropriate. It doesn't really mesh with the game. Like, the other taunt where he pulls out a piece of paper and, like, you know, signs his name and then, like, throws it, that's more of a taunt, right? That feels more appropriate for the Scout. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like a 60s or 70s kind of thing that someone would do. Just... Artstar is dead, Fempyro makes me come. I mean, yeah, dude, it's my own game. I can mod my game to look how I want it to look. Do I want to have that added into the vanilla game and think it's appropriate for the actual, like, product that is TF2? Absolutely not. You're free to mod your game and put in whatever you like, but just because you like it doesn't mean that it's appropriate for TF2. I keep it to myself. Only I can see it when I play the game. Or for anyone who's watching my stream right now, you have to see it. But I don't want it in the game. This one again. Double Down. I don't know, man. This is one of Jonty's, like, earlier war paints. I love the concept, but it just, the colors ended up, like, now that I'm looking at this again, the colors on the, and yeah, it's still bathroom tiles, man. It's still fucking bathroom tiles. But looking back on this one, it's just like the colors ended up being a little too saturated with this one. A little too saturated, and yeah, and kind of cluttered. Looking back on this now, perhaps what he could have done is he could have made the texture with the different suites of cards, have that be the centerpiece for it, completely get rid of the poker chip texture, and then replace that with a poker chip sticker. That would have probably been a little bit better, and then I would change the base to where it isn't a 4 texture, but a 3 texture, and have that be the primary, secondary be the black, and then the tertiary, maybe have that be the white, and then have the poker chip as a sticker on that, and then I think that would look a lot better. But yeah, unfortunately, the parallel poker chips ended up looking a lot like bathroom tiles, and ultimately kind of fell flat. But even then, looking at the colors now, it's like, yeah, never mind. The colors are fine, but it's this texture that just doesn't look very good. So, those are the tweaks that I would recommend at this stage. The Afterlife apparel. I looked at this one before as well. I like this one. I mean, it's a clever Ghostbusters reference. I liked this one. I think this would be totally fine. Unfortunately, I don't think I would put this into a Smissmas update. But yeah, it's subtle. It still looks like the pyro. It adds little embellishments. We're like, hey, look, it's a Ghostbusters. But, you know, it's okay. I'm alright with it. But unfortunately, that's just... we're not going to see it in game. And I don't know if I want to put that into a Smissmas pack. Moscow Mafioso. Whoa, we have a whole fucking... Jeez, oh man, okay, we got a whole fucking, like, set here. Okay. Shady Business. Oh, dude, this is nice. Hello. You okay? Yeah, he's a little fucker, I know. I don't know, guys. I kind of like it. I think it... Okay, like, ignoring the weapons, right? Because the weapons are never going to get added. The actual, like, this full item set looks really good. Oh, and only the little pocket square is painted. It's just the pocket square. Thank you, God. I like this. This is a really nice item set. Like, this just makes sense with other items the Heavy has received. Like, we have the Capo's Caper, but this one would be like another really cool mafioso hat. It gives him like the mustache and the sideburns. I think this would be great. This is awesome. Like, the modeling and texture work on this one, you know, it's not like this overly complex mess. It looks like TF2. It looks like TF2. This is great. Can we have more item sets that are made like this, please? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna say yes. And I will also bookmark it. I like this item set. The weapons, though, I don't know. It doesn't really look like a TF2 weapon. Like, they're going for like an AK-47 or something with this one. It looks kind of weird. But, eh. It looks kind of like bizarrely, like, overly cartoonish. Like, I know TF2's weapons are also cartoonish, but they're still kind of at least loosely based in something of, like, pseudo-reality. Like Scout's guns still kind of look like real guns, right? Like, the minigun still looks like a real gun. They all kind of look like something that, like, oh yeah, this could be real. This, not really. And I'm just talking about vanilla weapons, right? We've certainly received some unlocks over the years that don't look like real weapons, but when you're modeling a weapon for TF2, the vanilla stock weapons really should be your base, right? And this also isn't to say that, like, other unlocks aren't, like, visually appropriate. Like, the Tomislav is fine, the Force of Nature looks fine. They all kind of look like things that are like, again, TF2's primary art style is Impressionism, right? It's an impressionistic form of reality where, you know, it's real, but it's exaggerated, right? It's cartoony, but it could still be briefly mistaken as something that could be like, oh, this is a real person, or this is a real gun, right? This kind of falls flat on that. The shotgun especially, it kind of looks like a zapper. It looks like a toy. It looks like a Wii zapper gun. I'm not a big fan of it. And, like, the big jewels on the fingers kind of don't really mesh with the rest of the set that he was going for here. Just like the traditional eviction notice was totally fine. This is a little weird, a little goofy. So, but the other three cosmetics, solid. Like, that would be a great item set for the Heavy, I think. It looks weird. It looks weird. The colors are weird. The modeling is weird. It just doesn't. I think this is referencing TF Classic. Yeah, it is. It's referencing TF Classic, but it just, like, there's a reason why stuff in TF Classic stayed in TF Classic and didn't make it over into the game. I think this is one of those examples. This isn't to say that you could really manhandle like an asset from TF Classic and make it look appropriate for TF2, but here it just falls short. Doesn't look very good. I'm gonna say no to this one and move on. There it is again. Mangler Jeans. I said yes to this one before, but looking back on it now, I don't know if I like the jean texture. It's a little too much. It looks weird, and also having like a big blue weapon model, right? Having a big blue weapon model would look weird on red team. Yeah, it's blue for both teams, unfortunately. Like, the colors are great. I wish there was a way they could figure out to have like a team variant on this. it needs a team variant. Like, you could do, I don't know. You can get jeans that aren't blue. Like, you go to Hot Topic, you can get a pair of, like, green denim jeans or something, you know? With your, like, your Invader Zim backpack and your Wolfie tail. They still sell that shit at Hot Topic? I think they do. Like, Hot Topic tends to kind of follow whatever, like, modern cultural trends are at the forefront. So, what do they even sell at Hot Topic right now? What do they sell at Hot Topic? Like, I know they still sell vinyl and, like, really shitty, like, graphic t-shirts with, like, Goku on them and shit. Spencer's sells sex toys. Like, they have, like, the adult section of Spencer's. Like, I'm talking, like, Hot Topic, you know, where you have, like, the awkward, slightly obese high school students that kind of, like, hang out in there. Probably haven't showered, they have kind of like greasy hair, they're kind of like, they're fiddling around like the Invader Zim Funko Pops. That's the Hot Topic I remember. You know? That's what I remember. Then again, I haven't been to, like, a shopping mall in a long time. And no, yeah, Zyth, I remember. This is indeed a stock blue jean texture, which is why it doesn't really look like it fits with the game. This leather texture also happens to be a stock leather texture because if I'm remembering correctly, yeah, this is the one that Valve uses, but Valve doctored it a little bit. You can see how they added, like, smudges and smears to it. It didn't look like this from the get-go. Both of these are stock assets. This leather one, the leather and the wear, is one that Valve uses as well. It looks okay for the game, but when you pair it with another, like, almost photorealistic denim texture, it just doesn't look very good. So, I'm gonna change my mind on this one and say no. The rainy day wear. Okay, so this is another one that, funnily enough, Shork reached out to me and asked me about this one because, like, he likes this item set or whatever. Was it Shork? I have to like remind myself if it was this item set. Pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was this one. Yeah, and so I'm gonna relay the same feedback that I gave him here. It's my problem with this one is that Two-Ton tends to change the level of saturation from the default colors on pretty much every submission that he makes, and it just doesn't look like it meshes with the game that well. Another problem with this one is that the entire thing is shiny, and if you have a shiny shirt in the game, it's gonna look really fucking weird. Like, you don't need to have, like, shiny assets on this at all. Like, modeling-wise, this is a 10 out of 10 cosmetic, but the colors are off, and it doesn't need to be shiny. Like, if it was just the normal default colors and it wasn't shiny, then I'd be totally okay with this. But I don't like the color work on this one, and I don't like the fact that they made it wet. It looks off. So I'm gonna say pass on this one. Societal Secret. I looked at this one before, I don't like it. Yeah. And if I'm remembering the reasons why I don't like it, is because the modeling work doesn't really keep it looking like a TF2 asset. Like, you have these beveled edges and all these... Yeah, you have a lot of these beveled edges, which don't really look like something you'd see in TF2. Like, you have, like, these shading... like, if you don't... Like, what was the fucking... TF2 Spy Party Phantom? Right? Oh my god, I can't type. Like, if you look at something like the Party Phantom, it's a really simple model, right? But you don't have any of these beveled edges, you know, like the small details and colors make up for it looking like an actual kind of mask. Whereas this, yeah, the modeling work, the beveled edges, and like the shading work on the texture, it doesn't look like a TF2 item. So it's a hard pass for me on this one. Halloween bot killers. It's unique. I don't know if I like it. There's a reason why Valve stopped adding bot killers. It's because no one likes them. They were an interesting novelty at the time, but having this big dangly thing hanging off of your weapon model looks really bad. And that's why Valve moved on over to weapon skins, because at least at that point, everything is contained to the weapon model. And you don't have like a bunch of shit jutting out and flopping around and dangling around. It looks really bad. So, and just having more little random assets dangling off of your weapon model just doesn't look good. It's why I never liked the weapon accessories people were making for a time. You know, it doesn't really look like something... It's not appropriate for TF2, right? Because these are things that can really detriment silhouettes. And weapon silhouettes are very important. And if you have these giant protrusions hanging off of them, it can fuck with that. At least with bot killers, they're hanging out and away far enough where it's not really impeding on any of the visual aspects of the game. But it's just an eyesore to have this big, like, nutsack hanging off of your weapon model. I don't like it. And then, like, adding more little accessories to this, it just makes more unnecessary visual noise that just won't mesh with the game very well. So I don't like weapon accessories, I don't like bot killers, I don't like the idea of expanding bot killers out to having more random objects hanging off of your weapon model. It's tacky, and I don't think it looks very good for TF2. It's very good to have things contained to the weapon model. And no, it's not just me. Everyone in my chat right now, type Y in chat if you like bot killers, type N in chat if you don't like bot killers. Okay? Right now. Overwhelmingly no. So it's not just me. Royal Regalia. Yeah, it's overwhelmingly no. So there you go. Royal Regalia. So it looks like, so what I find odd with this one is they just reused the Demo Man icon. They reused the Demo Man crest from the Gentleman's Collection on everything. Why? Why not make it so that you had the appropriate sticker on every weapon model? I find that bizarre. For those of you that don't know, this filigree is in the shape of Demo Man holding either his sticky bomb launcher or his grenade launcher. So I'm not a fan of doing it. And also, like, the mapping of this looks really bad. Like, on some weapons you get it on like a solid area, but others you have it overlap on the stripes, and it looks like shit. That is the nature of the Warpaint system, but they could have selected a base that handles it a bit better. Like, it looks good on the rocket launcher, fine on the crossbow. On the panic attack, you got lucky with the seed, where the sticker is in the middle of an individual stripe. But then on the revolver, it's overlapping on like a gold stripe on this primary texture. It just doesn't look very good. The colors are totally fine. Are these edited Valve textures? Skin was an attempt to slightly mix things with high rollers and Confidel. Wanted to make a luxurious looking team-based style skin. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's totally fine to reuse Valve assets if they make up a minor part of your composition, or if they're transformative enough where it makes something new entirely and you can't tell at a first glance. This is one of those instances, but my gripe is the sticker. It looks odd. I would have chosen something different. I would have chosen like the more generic TF2 logo with the filigree. I think that would have been better. It looks like saccharine striped. It could be, but I don't think it's the same textures. Let me look. I don't think it's the same textures, but I can check. Hang on. Patterns, then workshop. Oh god, I forgot what year was it. Was it 2020? I think it was 2020. Now I have to remember what texture it was. Was it this one? Nope, not that one. Was it you? God, I don't remember which one it was. Okay, it was 2020, but I don't remember. This one? No. It was one that either has 4 textures or 5. I don't remember the actual workshop page on here. Is this one? Yeah, here we go. No, it does not look like the same texture, so it's not. Yeah, it's not. I don't know. The green is this. I can't. Okay, so maybe this could also just be my eyesight fucking with me because I'm getting older. Is this green or is this gray? I think this is meant to be like, yeah. This is definitely green, but I can't tell if this is if it's gray on the red. I would have made this gray on both teams. Like I wouldn't have used green. Like this should be gray on both. You know, it should be gray. Like the green and blue. It's not the worst color combination, but it's not the best. I definitely would have done like the same, like This contrast between like this dark gray and this team color looks really good. So I definitely would use this same gray in replacement of that green on there. But I don't know. I'll say yes. I'll bookmark it tentatively and may not throw that one in. Ah yes, the October operator. I mean, we don't have. It is amazing we don't have Lederhosen for Medic yet. But yes, let's have this giant paint region in the middle of Medic's torso. That's a great idea. That's a wonderful idea. No thanks. Country comfort. Oh no, this seems decent. Seems good. Is it all class? Oh no, it's oh hey, look. It's a multi-class item, but not all class. Okay, yeah. And he chose the classes that it fits nicely with. We have the Gatsby hat for Medic already, but this adds a pipe and a scarf. This is quite nice. Lederhosen? Is it whatever? I'm fucking American. My bad if I mispronounce Lederhosen. I mean, the entire thing is paintable because why wouldn't it be? But yeah, I'm okay with this one. I'll bookmark it. This would make for another decent like mercenary grade. Yeah, this is good. This is a good hat. This guy's done other stuff before. Yeah, this fucking monstrosity. Like, why can't you just make? Why was this added, dude? I can't get over that this fucking hat got in the game, dude. Oh, like if it was Halloween restricted, I'd be okay. But this is something I have to look at year round. Oh fuck, we got anime hair in the game. Why? Oh god. Fuck. It's so bad. Ugh. Like, he's made other decent stuff before. This is a really good cosmetic. Just stick with stuff like this. Yeah, the modeling work on this is not very good. Like, concept-wise, it's pretty decent, but it definitely needs a little more time in the oven. Yeah, it needs a little more work. The modeling is not really up to par. The texturing seems fine, but, like, I don't like this scarf. I don't need this scarf. Is it meant to be tucked into the shirt? Or is it meant to look like it's hanging out of the shirt? Because, like, if it was tucked in and the collar was brought up higher, you know, then it would look a lot better. So, yeah. I'm not a fan of this one. I think it's not that great. Trunks? Is it meant to be Trunks? Oh, is that what this is? And it took 5 people to make it? Yeah! Unfortunately. One guy does the concept, one guy does the modeling, one guy does the texturing, one guy does the promos. So, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. It's not that great. Custom tooled minigun. Hey, some people are still making these, man. People are still working on, you know, custom UV mapped skins, dude. This is great. I mean, we'll never see it in game because Valve won't add skins like this anymore, but this is awesome. It's simple. The colors are just right. Like, even like the wear is a bit shit, unfortunately, but what are you gonna do? It could use a custom wear. It could definitely use a custom wear. Like, the fucking weird. Why'd you do this? This is fucking creepy. The colors are great. The textures are great. My problem is the custom wear is a bit shit. Or not the custom wear, but the wear is a bit shit. Definitely could use something like a custom wear so it's not so bright and ugly. Like if it was like a darker kind of pitted gray custom wear, it'd be a lot better. I like this. I'll say yes, but I don't know if I want to. Nah, I won't do it. The thing that's I won't bookmark it. The thing that's holding me back is the custom wear, man. And also the fact that Valve will not add this. I'm only gonna put stuff into the video that Valve will actually add, because it would be a waste of space. And Valve doesn't add custom UV map skins anymore. They haven't since 2015, sorry. They haven't since 2017, because technically the Dragon Slayer, technically the Dragon Slayer is a custom UV map skin, but they don't add these anymore. Which is a fucking shame, because custom UV map skins like this make all the more sense for TF2, because they can be more meticulously stylized for an individual weapon model or an individual class, rather than having it be a set of random textures that are just slapped over all 44 different weapon models, where you end up having a lot of combinations that just don't make any sense or look really bad. I'll never understand why they sacrificed these custom UV map skins for war paints, of which 70% of them on any selection just look like ass. I understand why, because it's easier to copy and paste these things into the game, because Valve at that point knew that they were going to be handing off everything over to the community, and it's easier just to copy and paste simple square textures and slap them onto an existing base. So, that's why I just don't like it. Hunter's Hide. Okay, with like a vampire hunter set. I mean, it's a Halloween set, so it's a little inappropriate for a Christmas thing, but see, having a longer coat like this works a bit more on the demo man instead of someone like the Scout, because his legs already have stuff that acts like clutter around his crotch area. Like, you have the panel in the front, right? So occluding that little bit much more of his silhouette isn't as much of a detriment for the class like the Demo Man, unlike someone like the Scout, right? So that works a bit better. I'm less offended by that. This is a good set. It's a shame, like, it is like a fucking, like, why didn't we get this? Why didn't we get this? Why did we get fucking, I don't know. Like, why didn't we get this? Oh, let me, before I leave, I will, you know, I'll bookmark it, but it's not gonna be put in the video because it's not really tonally appropriate for Christmas. It's like a generic update. But like, why didn't we get that? Why did we get fucking, I don't know. Why did we get this? Why did we get this? And this isn't even Halloween restricted. Like, get rid of this garbage. Get rid of this shit and give us that Demo Man set. What the fuck? This is ass. No one is going to use this. I haven't seen this in game once since it's been added. The only one that I've seen in game is this, and only because you can have it in unusual form. I've only seen this one in game. Like this fucking abomination. It's so ugly. Like, this is Halloween restricted, but it's so fucking ugly. God. Vampiric Nightshade. Interesting name? Is this referencing something I don't understand? No, yeah, I'd gotten the game because Neo Demon made it, but Neo Demon also made that other Demo Man set. Why did Valve pick that? Yeah, it looks a little bit like toys, I agree. I mean, I appreciate simple textures, but when it comes to simple things like that, Team Serviced really hits the nail on the head. Team Serviced. Like, this one handled that concept beautifully, and that one kind of falls short. Like, the white contrasts with the black in not a very good way. Needs to be a simpler gray, and I don't know. This is just a worst version of Team Service, and it lacks the textures it needs to make it look like a TF2 texture. Like, if you look at Team Service, right, it has like the paint relief bits in there that break up the large areas, right? Like you put on the amputator. Like, you have the ooh. I forgot this bug existed. They haven't fixed this shit yet? Okay. Yeah, if you double click, for some reason, if you double click a weapon model on the inspect, you go inside of it. I don't know why. Like if you want to look down the barrel of the rocket launcher. Trigger POV. Working as intended. Yeah. Yeah, the wear is decent, but the white is the main thing detracting from this. Maybe desaturate or not desaturate, but darken the blue and the red a little bit. But ultimately, this is just like a worst version of Team Service, which I'll say pass on. Blood in Sandstone. It looks like you took a red, like in your Photoshop layers, you'd slapped a red hue over everything. That looks weird. It looks like you took like a red overlay and then put it over all the textures. That looks strange. Like, the texture work is great. I like how they handled this, like, you know, it's meant to give off the feel of sandstone without looking like sandstone. That looks quite nice. The custom wear idea also looks nice, but it's all too red. It's all too red. Like, what could they do? What could they do? It looks odd. Yes, like I get the idea of like sand building up on the launcher, but like this, yeah, what could they do? I don't know what they could do. Cause like even in game, it looks like there's like a big red tint layered over the entire thing. Make the wear tan. That would definitely be a step in the right direction. Yeah, make the wear tan. Same level of brightness, but bring it more towards brown rather than like this reddish tinge we have right now. That would definitely help. Because like, yeah, like on factory new, please load. Like on factory new, that looks okay. Yeah, but as soon as they bring a little bit of the wear in, it looks a bit strange. Maybe it's just, I don't know, man. Let me think. Yeah, okay, I think that's the problem. Yeah, what they need to do is they need to brighten up. I think they need to brighten up this tertiary texture, saturate a little bit, desaturate this one. Like this should be as washed out as this and not as bright. I would brighten either the primary or the secondary because they blend together just a little bit too much. I would definitely brighten up one or the other. Give it a little bit more pop because as it stands right now, it's just a little too flat. And then I would definitely make the custom wear not this reddish sand, but have it be more of a tan sand. That way it plays neutral between both teams, and it'll pop out on both. Because for the red side, it doesn't pop out enough, and then on the blue side, the contrast between the red and the blue looks really ugly. But if it was tan, it would play a nice neutral between red and blue side. I think that's what you should do. Play with the brightness on one of either this primary or this secondary tertiary. Bring this... What? Actually, yeah. This shouldn't be red. This shouldn't be red. Both of these handles should be a neutral color, like a tan. That, actually, yeah, that might work better. Yeah, make both of these like a neutral tan color, like a leather, like a bright leather color. That would look a lot better, I think. Then instead of having this be red, because it kind of almost looks like a toy. But if this was more like a grip, right? If it felt more like a grip, yeah. If this was, yes, that is absolutely the problem, yeah. Definitely make this a neutral color. Don't make this team color. Like, make this like a neutral brown. Like a neutral lighter brown, like a wood or a leather or something. Don't have this be a team-colored element because it makes it look like a toy. And then you may not even need to change this primary and tertiary color. And then do the custom wear as a tan sand. And then I think that'd be better. The Ancestors accessories. Okay, so I love this fucking smock. This smock cosmetic is fucking phenomenal. I want this in game immediately. This is perfect for the medic and the engineer. Like, we already have the smock surgeon for medic, I know, but this is awesome. It's really good. I'm gonna bookmark this one because it should be in the game. It's fucking phenomenal. The mustache cosmetic looks really good, but the bald ass head. The bald ass head just looks really, really bad, okay? The reason why is because if you want to make a merc bald, you have to model over their existing hair. It's not something you can just remove. Thankfully, the engineer is already bald, so it doesn't matter. But if you want to make medic bald, you have to model over the top of his head, and so it just looks really high. It looks really bad. So I mean, I'll still say yes to the entire thing. Like, I'll bookmark the whole thing, but this bald cosmetic is gonna look like shit. Thankfully, I think most people are going to acknowledge that and then swap over to the style that keeps his hair. Yeah. TF2 needs more body groups. I mean, I'm in agreement. It would allow for more leeway with what people could make, but at the same time, it would really fuck up performance even more, and I don't think we need that. So, read more TF2 comics. Why? I understand that this is a reference to it, but I just don't like the way the bald hair looks. But the mustache is great. I like it too. What am I looking at? Just, like I don't know what this is. Like I'm kind of scared, right? It's like what this really like blast saturated crusty image. I'm kind of freaked out. What is this? Is this a shitpost or is this real? I think this is a shitpost. It's either someone's first attempt at making something, to which I say keep trying, but whew, it's a little keep trying. Keep trying. If that's not a shitpost, keep trying. Hey, we have like a Canadian jacket for Demo Man. Not Demo Man. Oh my god. Can you tell I'm tired? Can you tell I'm tired? I just said Demo Man instead of Soldier. This looks nice. I like this. This is really good. It's a nice, simple, sleek coat. I like this a lot. This would make for a perfect winter edition. This would see a shitload of use. Yeah, this is like, yeah, this is really good. This is really good. Yeah, it's a nice, subtle cosmetic that adds like just enough details and what have you. Just like, it's nice. I like it. And it was updated in March, so maybe it has a chance of being added. Why Canada? I don't fucking know. I mean, to be fair, we already have like, the drill sergeant hat that could, you know, complete out the set. Actually, here's the whole set now that I look at it. So yeah, we have the hat. Hat looks good. I like it. We have the pants. Pants, boots, and gloves also look good. You know, it's like the Cold Front Curb Stompers, but it's another variant of that. This is great. This is a fucking awesome item set. Like, when Neodemit wants to make good cosmetics, he can do that. When he wants to make something good, it's right on the fucking money. But when he wants to make garbage, oh man, can he make some fucking garbage. So, but this one is a winner. I hope we get it. I like it. I'll definitely put that one in the video. Don't we have this? Not bad, honestly. So, let me make an argument, alright? Let me make an argument for this camo pattern on the spy. So, while paint regions can be fucking annoying, and in the instance where you're fighting a spy can, you know, screw with team recognition and what have you, when it comes to adding accentuating details like a camo or a stripe onto spy, if it's tied in close enough with his default color, because most of his default color is still preserved here, right? And the camo is just very, very slight variations on this, you can get away with it. Because most of the time, Spy is disguised. He's cloaked, right? But even when he's not cloaked or disguised, this still looks like the Spy. It looks pretty good. I also like the mask. I like the hat and the mask, because like Spy already has a balaclava. Most of his face is already covered, so what's the harm in also covering up his mouth? I think it looks fine. I like it. I mean, we got a hat like this last year, I know, but except it has goggles instead of a full balaclava, but I wouldn't be offended if we got this set in the game. I think it looks really good. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I think it's fine. I'll bookmark it. Nah, I wouldn't call this Fortnite, because we have other, you know, Ashanka-style hats that look very much like this one in the game already. It's basically Spy's default model form. They added a few accentuating details like the pockets and the collar and the sleeves, right? But it still looks like Spy. It's quite good. Yeah, it's like the heavy set, you know, it's like this cosmetic, right? Ignore my... So, when it comes to Halloween cosmetics, right? This is what I look forward to doing every year. I bust out the rooster. We bust out the fucking rooster. This is my heavy. This is what I rock for Scream Fortress, baby. This is what I'm talking about. And you know, and it makes me happy that like I was able to experience Halloween restrictions back when you could only enjoy this kind of thing for a few weeks out of the year, or even like just like a week out of the year. But when they remove the Halloween restriction, it's just not special anymore. So it's like when you see goofy shit like this year-round, it's like, well, the charm is gone. Ah, yes, the cock. Yeah, it's my cock loadout. Alternatively, I could do like, I mean, I could throw something, another ugly thing. Just like... I can make it worse. I can make it worse. Anyways, the cosmetic I was talking about is this one, right? Where it adds, like, you know, a camo pattern over the heavy. So you can do solid, you can do arctic, you know? So it adds this camo pattern, but it still retains enough of, like, Heavy's normal silhouette and his default colorization, or it adds more, that it looks quite good. I think that, like, something like this would be fine for Spy as well. But for me, I much prefer the solid. What's Tiger look like again? Yeah, I like the solid. The solid one is my favorite. I stick with solid. Yeah, so I think something like that Spy set is fine. Marbled. Did I look at this one before? I don't remember if I looked at this one before, but the white definitely needs to be toned down. Like, note you have the sooty gradient on the muzzle of the flamethrower. You want to hit somewhere in the middle right here. It's a little bit too bright. Yeah, the gold also looks green. So this is what I would do. I would make gold the primary, like, accent of this. I would brighten it up, make it like a nice, shiny, rich yellow gold, and then I would really mute down the marble. You know, the cracks look fine. It might be a little too literally hairy looking. But, yeah, I would mute down the marble. I'd, you know, make it like a much darker gray-ish. I would really bring up the gold on this, you know. Yeah, because if you desaturate the white a lot, and then you brighten up the gold, including, like, the inlay and the cracks, that would be, like, the nice, bright element that could pop instead of have this big white billboard thrust in your face, right? I think that'd be a lot better. Are we having childish arguments in my chat? Come on, guys. Fucking get your shit together. You're just like, who is this idiot? And we have some idiot, I'll just get rid of him. Someone acting like a dipshit. Just be chill. Be chill in my chat. You don't need to act like you don't gotta be like a fucking retard. You don't gotta act like you lost a few brain cells on the way here. Just be chill. Alright? Just be chill. Once again, Two-Tone has this tendency to just not use default colors on any of their cosmetics. I don't really know why they do this. It looks weird. It's gonna look out of place. Like, the modeling work is totally fine, but the texture work really leaves something to be desired. It looks weird. Yeah, like the dark, it's like, can we just have like the default red? I think that'd be fine. Or you could have done something where like the normal color regions of team color are there, and then like make the rest like gray or something. That'd be fine. And like having the big, like, you know, like this is fine. Having the big, like, you know, skull on the back looks kind of out of place. I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, it's another dud from me. Another dud for me. I don't like it. Yeah, just I'll pass on it. Yeah, like I don't like the beta emblem on like the big beta emblem on the back looks strange. I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, I don't like the skull on the Bolshevik biker either. I don't think it needs it on that cosmetic. Ah, yes. So this is one that I gave feedback on months ago, where the original color palette for this was really crazy, but now they brought it more in line with like TF2's colors. The only thing that I think they could do now is give it some of that painterly texture. Give it some of that painterly texture so it breaks up the patches of solid color, and then it would be good. Then it would be like perfectly acceptable for the game. As it stands right now, the pattern is fine, the colors are fine, but you gotta get something a little bit in there to break up those color patches. Just a little bit. I'm biased. Let me just get that out of the way. I'm biased. I like Helsing. Alucard's fucking cool. I want this set by default. Alright? And before people call me a hypocrite, alright? This still looks like the Spy. This looks like an outfit the Spy would wear. These still look like TF2 cosmetics. This has been perfectly stylized to mesh into the game, and you don't need to understand the reference to have this still look like a TF2 cosmetic. Whereas something like the Stormtrooper set for Medic, the Mario hat, the JoJo hat, all of those things look really out of place. Star Wars shit? Why? A Batman hat? Why? Mario hat? Why? The JoJo set still doesn't look like TF2 cosmetics. It looks like Heavy dressed up as JoJo. This still looks like the Spy. Alucard just comes as like a nice little extra piece into this, right? It looks really fucking good. I'm gonna bookmark it. I know it's Halloween, not appropriate for a Christmas pack, but dude, it just looks really fucking good, right? God, looks fantastic. I want this.
Police girl, put my head between your boobs. Very good.
Did I peek my mic? I think I did. Bitches love cannons. This one again, Frontline Firebug. I don't remember. I don't remember if I put this in. Did I put this in one of my videos? I don't remember if I did. Can someone remind me, because I can't remember. Because I love this item set too. I'll bookmark it again because I might push forward again if I don't find anything else. But this is another really fucking good item set for the Pyro. It's fucking great. Again, another external media reference, but it's tied beautifully into the game where you don't need to understand the reference in order for it to look good. It looks like something the Pyro would wear. It still looks like the Pyro. It's awesome. So. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't like the hat. I don't like that. Greg is the guy who worked on this. He was messaging me about this one, and originally they were gonna have the cigar be this big chode sticking out of the front of his mouthpiece. I'm glad they didn't do that. Having it stick out to the side is a little weird. I really don't think that you didn't need a cigar on here at all. It's kind of a really weird. It looks like a fucking zit. Like a big zit sticking out the side of his face. I don't like it. I don't think it's necessary. The hat is a little goofy, but it's not bad. I just don't know how I feel about the stripes on the sleeves. I don't know if I like the stripes on the sleeves. I'm not sold on them. If they had just been black, like if it was just solid black, maybe it would have been better. I'm not sure. It doesn't look bad, but I'm not fully sold on it. Yeah, the pinstripe is a bit off. The pinstripe is off. It doesn't mesh into the rest of Pyro's flow. And by flow, I mean that, yeah, because like, okay, so let me see if people in chat can pick up on what I'm thinking of. So, why do the pinstripes clash with the rest of Pyro's appearance? Why do you think? I know why, but why do you think? No, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It just looks off. Yeah, someone got it. Someone got it immediately. It's not a gradient. Solid stripes with a solid black background kind of fucks with the big gradient that goes across Pyro's player model. You know, they kind of nailed it with the vest a little bit because it cuts off right before the gradient takes over and goes down to his legs. But when you look at the default Pyro, right? I mean, unfortunately, you're going to have to deal with the fact it's Femme Pyro, right? You have the gradients on his sleeves, right? You come down to sootiness, and it kind of, you know, it keeps that, you know, that unidirectional flow across the entire Pyro, right? But then with those sleeves, it's been removed, so it looks a bit strange. Oops, I spelled lurker wrong. Where am I lurker? Where's my fucking fireman outfit? I don't know. Wow, I'm having a stroke. What's it called again? Ah, Trickster's Turnout Gear, not Lurker's Leathers, my bad. Anyways, yeah, that's the problem with this, is it removes the gradient on Pyro's sleeves, so it looks a bit strange. I think that's the problem. I don't hate it, but maybe they could have done something to retain that? I don't know. I mean, I'll still say yes, but I don't feel like bookmarking it for the video. Well, we have a very amateur attempt at an unusual effect. It's just circles. It's just circles with multiple neon color variants. I'm not a fan. I think I understand what they were going for here, where, like, you know how a camera gets out of focus and all of the sources of light turn into big balls on your screen or in your camera or what have you? That's what they were going for here, but it just doesn't look very good. It doesn't, the execution kind of leaves a little bit to be desired. Maybe, oh god, I don't know what they could change. Like, the animation speed's good. The animation speed is fine. Yeah, trying to make a V2 right now, but it's rough. Yeah, man, this one definitely falls a bit short. Is there a way you could fade the circles a bit more? If you fade the circles a bit more, and yeah, and make it, yeah, actually, yeah, I like that idea. Make the light balls, the circles, make those a bit more static, so they're a lot slower. Like, they move really slowly, and then, you know, then their decay, you'd have to ramp up their decay time, so they decay a lot later on in the animation cycle. Yeah, because right now it feels like actual bubbles and not like sources of like smoothly flowing light. Yeah, slow that down. Slow it down, and maybe, because like you got a little bit of it going here, but have them be a bit more, yeah, more transparent, more faded was what I was going to say. Have the balls be a bit more faded. Yeah, a bit more faded. Yeah, more flowy, more faded. Maybe get rid of the, because like right here in this promo picture, you don't see a lot of the halo, and this looks a lot better than this. Right here, the halo really takes over. Fade out the halo a lot. Make the baubles, you know, a bit more flowy, and make them a little bit more transparent. Maybe just a smidge, and then I think that'd be really good. And then go from there. Yeah, yeah, the disconnect between your promo and the final product is the problem here. I would try that. Rebel Rag. Made in 2014. It's okay. We don't need this. We don't need this. Sorry, but we already have a bandana item. I mean, like, while I understand, you know, it's a bit annoying to have some redundancy in this game, we're gonna keep getting shit shoveled into this game. Redundancy is an inevitability. We're gonna get items that are the same as previous ones. That's just going to happen. I don't want it to happen, but given that we have 2,000 cosmetics in TF2, we're gonna get another one, right? We're gonna get another. That does not excuse the fact that we got the same elite grade for Halloween 2 years in a row. So. But I don't know. I'm not a fan. I say pass. Soaring Slugger! Monkey's War Paint. Yes. Good. I want this. I'm gonna bookmark it. This one is good. I like it. It's awesome. This is sick. It looks so fucking good. An awesome war-themed war paint with really neat coloring, team-colored custom sticker for either team. The textures look fucking... like, Monkey's another guy that makes fucking great war paints. Seriously. And none of his get accepted either. It sucks. Fuck. It looks great. Look at the fucking minigun, dude. This looks awesome. It's just... No, it's an actual war paint. It looks so good. Man. Here we go. Here's like the full showcase. Load. Like, come on. This is a fucking no-brainer. It's a no-brainer to have this one in game. It's, yeah, this is definitely going in the video. It's so good. Yeah, okay, I will exploit my fan base. I will exploit my fan base. Please go upvote this right now. For the love of God. Unfortunately, I don't know if this uses a custom base or not. Monkey would have to tell me. I think it does. So, the chances of Valve adding this are effectively 0. But we can hope. We can hope. Do we have this in game already? I don't know. Funny how I have to ask that same question again. It's not bad. Yeah, that's fine. It would make for a decent filler. That's like a good merc grade. I'll bookmark that one. Don't like the green clashing with the red and the blue. I don't like the green clashing with the red and the blue, and that is the main problem with this war paint. I don't like it. You could have gone for a grayscale camo instead of green camo, and that would have looked a whole hell of a lot better. Alternatively, you could have done grayscale or different colors entirely instead of red and blue on the front, on the tips, and that would mesh better with the green. So perhaps what could be done here is you could do 2 different versions, where the first is you do red and blue on the tip, and then you do a grayscale camo, or some kind of camo that meshes with red and blue better. Or, second version, keep the green camo, and then do something other than red and blue for the tip. Because red, blue, and green just don't look good together. It just doesn't look that great. But beyond that, it's pretty solid. It's a solid war paint. I like the sticker. Sticker's really good. The metal texture's solid. And like, even if we got this in-game as is right now, I wouldn't be offended. I'm gonna bookmark it, may not put it in the video, but it's actually really good. Like, see, like, look at this, right? Like, if the stripes were just this gray, perfect. But for some reason we have a red and blue tip, which kind of looks like, ugh. That looks weird. Yeah, I'm not sold on the colors blending. Again, maybe 2 different versions put together, or two separate versions would be better for this. I mean, I've praised this one ad nauseum from Monkey as well, but considering it has custom UV mapping, we'll never get it. I looked at this one last month. I mean, sure. For a Halloween cosmetic, this would have been totally fine, but I'm not gonna put it in the Christmas video. This one again, I've seen it before. I mean, it's not bad. I think Pamp's Wine War Paint handles this concept a lot better. I'd much prefer that one over this one. I will also bookmark this one maybe put it in the video, but I think Pamps is way better than this one. Pamps is way better. Main reason being, I don't like black being the main centerpiece for this. I think they should have inverted the colors, where the team color was the center, and then the black was the accents on this. Then I think it would have been perfect. But it's not bad still. It's not bad, yeah. Like, envision this as being the team color, and then the grip and the body of the shotgun, that being the black accents. That would have been better. Another piece from 2 Ton where they, like, I give up looking at this guy's cosmetics. I give up. And he just, every single one is a miss. Same critiques as his previous ones, where the modeling work is fine, but the colors look off. See, this one does what that other black hole cosmetic unusual effect should have done, where it was centered behind the head. That looks a lot better. But beyond that, I don't like this. I think the white ring, like it's meant to like emulate the ring, you know? Just, it's not very good. I'm not a fan of it. The animate, like, let me see like the actual animation speed on it. Oh, it's huge! Whoa! Yeah, and the flat white on this, yeah, it's not very polished. I'm not a fan. Yeah, it's too flat. Not very, yeah, it's too flat for an unusual effect. Looks strange. I should say it's flat in the wrong ways. Wrong colors, the animation speed's a bit off, the shapes are strange. Not big on it. Polar Parka. Okay. Whoa, this fucking paint region, dude. Why? Why? This would have been fine if the paint region wasn't the entire fucking shirt. Someone had to send this as bait. They sent this so I can be upset at it. It's an instant no. Very obviously, you should not be repainting half the engineer's player model to something that isn't team colored. Fuck off with this. Stop doing this. It didn't need this paint region. That's a fucking shame. Really. Like, if it was just the no sweater version, perfect. But unfortunately, if this was accepted, it would include the sweater version that everyone would immediately paint to hot pink or lime green. No thank you. I'm not a fan of this one. The out of sight handles this concept a lot better. I don't like the way it's modeled. I don't like the way the glasses look. It's a little too weirdly... It's like... I don't know how to put this. I'm gonna say it a little Fortnite-y. I'll say it again, a little Fortnite-y, but the out of sight does this way better. Like the flat glasses, it looks like plastic. The hair looks like plastic. It's just not really a TF2 feel. Yeah, it's too spongy. Oh, we got an Amber Alert. They got me. One of my favorite manga series got updated. I can't wait to read it. I'm gonna read it after the stream. Nice. Anyways, yeah, not a fan of this one. Amped. Amped. This is actually really good. This is awesome. Yeah, this is like this would make for a really good, like, elite grade. Not elite grade, like commando grade or something. This is nice. This is awesome. Where are the kids? See, like, here we go. So, was this one he was this one he had adjusted before? Because he had done other ones where he incorporated hello. I'm gonna bookmark this one too. This is awesome. Look at this. This is sick. Looks great. Man, this guy's been cranking out a lot of really good war paints lately. Jesus. Yeah, I looked at that one before. I saw this one earlier. Anyways, back to this. Yeah, I don't remember if I looked at this one before. I think I did. The only gripe I have with this is that the text might be a little bit hard to read or a little bit hard to see depending on the weapon model, but the colors on this are fucking fantastic. It looks so good. This is a really sleek skin, man. This is awesome. Like, I would use this. I would use this on everything. It looks so good. You got silver, you got the team-colored metal, you got the black. This is fucking awesome. Sadly, Valve's gonna fucking forget any Fong shaders on any war paints they add. Like, Team Service was supposed to have a shader on it that made it shiny. Secretly Service was supposed to have a shader that was supposed to make it shiny, but you think they put those on there? No! You think Eric's gonna go back and change it now? Fuck no. Why would he? He doesn't need to. I mean, Secret Diary's a no-brainer, so I'm just gonna bookmark that one automatically. This one's fucking awesome. It should have been in the game years ago. It's so fucking good. Like, come on. Really? Like Assassin grade written all over this. It's really nice. Boom. Done. Wow, that removes a lot of team color from the upper half of his torso. Yeah, I don't... The shoulder guards are not good. I would get... Like, the gloves are fine, the vest accents are fine, but the shoulder guards that remove all that team color, not a good idea. The hair's fine-ish. The hair's fine. Yeah, I like the hair, but I don't like the vest. The arm guards on the vest are really inappropriate. It's like, look at this. Like, from certain angles, what team is this? Like, if you painted this, and you had, like, the breakneck baggies on, at a glance, good fucking luck, right? So, yeah, I don't like the vest. The arm guards are a bit of a dud. Okay, so where am I in my list of links here? Did it reset my progress? Thankful. Oh shit! Hold on. Let me see here. Did I see that already? No, I did not. Let's see. I know I saw that already. Boom, boom, boom. We get a few more. Get a few more. Just getting more links, guys. Hang on. Oh, God. Fuck me. Why'd I look? Oh, wait. I'm opening old links now. Fuck me. It did reset my progress. Hold on. Hold on. Let me reset here. Where was I? You think I remember? No. Let's see. Work my way back a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So there. Yeah, I was accidentally opening Halloween stuff from the last stream because Discord sucks. All right, we got a few more. We looked at this one already. Yes, we did. Whoa! It's a bit much. Wouldn't you say? It's a bit much. Like, why couldn't you have just taken one of these wisps and have that be the particle effect and not 5 of them? That would have been better. Instead of having 5 of them dancing around the head. Just have it be like one solid effect. Instead of 5. It looks noisy. Just have one of the flame bulbs be the effect and it would have been fine. We saw that. Mini-Sentry Masked. We have many variants of Mini-Sentry themed war paints in the game, or on the workshop already. This one's not bad. I think a lot of other versions fail to properly desaturate the colors on the textures. Like normally they leave the white as very flat and bright. This one nails it. This one gets the colors just fine. I like it. Colors are good. I think this is totally okay. Of course, someone immediately says Mimi Sentry. Why does that not surprise me? I really hope to God that there's not orientation lock on this. This sucks. That's the problem, man, is that if you don't have orientation lock on these, it's going to look really bad. He should have used a base that has orientation lock, so the checkered pattern would always be vertical. Shame. Because he had to randomly roll seeds in order to get some that look like it's fixed, but you can tell it's slightly askew. And what's unfortunate is that we had something like Sky Stallion for summer, right? We had Sky Stallion. That would have looked so much better if this checker pattern had been fixed. If this had been fixed horizontal, it would be so much better. And I think this was supposed to have orientation lock on this texture, but in typical Valve fashion, they did not add it. Which sucks. You love big boob anime women, we love Mimi Sentry. Oh boy, we have a very strong contrast in preferences. Yeah, it's a shame. I wish it was orientation locked, man. Oh yeah, this one! Okay, yeah, I'm bookmarking this one. This is another really cool one. Moonbeams, dude. I put this in a video before. Like, it's a very nice, subtle, wintry effect. This one's another no-brainer. That would be fucking perfect as a standoff, you know, one-off unusual effect. Not 5 neon color variants of the same thing. This is perfect. Can we get this? Can we get that winter moon one we saw earlier? That would be fan-fucking-tastic. To all you motherfuckers out there who say I do nothing but complain and hate everything, fuck you! Here's another example of something that I think is... oh, so good! I oftentimes praise things, but people only focus on the negative because it's fun for them. Give me moonbeams. I like it. I don't like this. Oh god, what happened here? Well, it looks like it's someone's fairly amateur attempt at a cosmetic. The shirt looks okay, but like is it meant to be like ammo packs where he's holding shells? The modeling and texture work are not very good on this. I mean, I like the concept. The placement of it on the Scout's model is okay, but it's these are experienced creators too, and this is not that old. They updated it in March. Man, it doesn't look that good. What a shame. Decent concept, really poor execution. We saw that already. Or no, was this this is the updated version? Okay, this is the updated version. What they changed? Federal? What's the difference? Federal, physics, finance. I'm assuming it's the 3 different types of smoke. Again, I'll bookmark this one, as I like the hat, I think it's fine. We saw that already. Strictly business. This is one I've seen before. Fucking sleek. I like it. This is a really neat war paint, reminiscent of Brass Beast. You know, it's simple, it's clean, it looks like a really polished, kick-ass weapon. Oh, it's so good. Another one, bookmarking it, going in there. Could be a commando grade. Could be a commando grade. Could be probably maybe like, yeah, high tier mercenary grade. I like this one. Like, look at this. Look how clean this is. God, look at this fucking panic attack, dude. It's so good. Yeah, it's like it's an infinitely better Iron Wood. It's just, ugh. Like, don't we have business class? I think this is better than business class. Sorry, this is better than business class. It's like, oh, we already have business class. Oh, we already have. We already have. We have Halloween stripes. We have Halloween stripes. We have Christmas stripes. We have pumpkin stripes. Pumpkin. Oh, we're not pumpkin. Where's pumpkin? Pumpkin. We got pumpkin stripes. We have more Christmas. Christmas stripes. We have Christmas stripes. We need snow stripes. We need snow stripes. We need snow stripes. Where's my snow stripes? We need snowy stripes. Yes. 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 Stripes. Just because we already have something somewhat similar in the game doesn't automatically omit it from being accepted. Like, sure, we have business class, but we desperately need more really clean, sleek skins like this to offset the mountains of garbage we have in the game at this stage. This would be a fucking phenomenal pick. It's great. Does this say TF2 to you? Does this say TF2 to you? It doesn't really say TF2 to me. I'm gonna say it. It looks like Fortnite. I said it again. I know. You know, crucify me, but it just. It's a little Fortnite. A little Super Monday Night Combat. A little bit too far away from TF2. I'm not big on it. Yeah, it's a little too bulbous, a little too smooth. Yeah, that doesn't look like TF2 at all. It's like overly polished, overly smooth. It's like, you can see bits of TF2 peeking out from underneath this, but the cosmetic itself just doesn't really mesh into TF2 style at all. I'm not a fan. It is, and yeah, it is funny how you can say something has too many polygons, because TF2 is an old game. It's a simpler game, where there's not that many polygons. So. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Instrument of Destruction. See, this one plays on the same thing where it just, I don't know. It's better than the other one I saw earlier. I'm more okay with this one. I'll bookmark it. Put it into Smissmas. Like, I really don't like this schizo duo. These guys are just some off-the-wall motherfuckers. But I'll bookmark this one. I'll try to play it as neutral as possible, except from a select handful of individuals who are genuinely not good people. I've seen this one before, and I think I gave it critique before. It looks like they updated it. The sticker is still the problem, man. Look how fuzzy it gets. It's like the string. I know for a fact I gave this exact same critique the first time I saw this war paint. This fucking sticker just does not look good. You have the problem where like the little strings on the parachute are so thin that it's faded out. Like it doesn't look very good. Like the ones that don't have the sticker, like this, looks good. You gotta maybe simplify the sticker in some capacity a little bit more. Like the colors are great, the dingy painterly style on this looks great, but like the details on this are just too small. They're just too small. Okay, so Crow and Ash. So Crow makes items, but Ash is a trader, and he basically, and then I think they're boyfriend, girlfriend, and he or she or whatever just adds Ash as a contributor onto everything they make because they want to get a self-made. They're the same people that made the shitty Bonzo war paint, and the only reason why they made the Bonzo the All-Gnawing war paint is so it can be combined with Bonzo the All-Gnawing Unusuals. It was specifically made with trader mains in mind, which Ash is. And that's not the reason why you should be making items for the game. You should be making items for the game that appeal to as many people as possible, and not so you can have your own specific self-made that goes with unusuals that you happen to own, right? It's kind of shitty. I don't like that. They make some decent stuff, but just falls short. Falls short because of how they behave. And again, I would love this cosmetic if the fucking paint region wasn't like this. God. If there wasn't a paint region, this cosmetic would be great, but sadly, it's not. Shit. I'm like, dude, can we not, please, Valve, for 1 year. Please, Valve, for 1 year, just for one update, please. Don't give us taunt effects. I'm so sick of taunt effects. We don't need more of them. They were one of the biggest fucking mistakes this game has ever experienced. They have no business being here. I'm so tired of these things. Just for one update, no taunt effects, please. Cowpoke. It's a bit bland. It desperately needs something to, like, it's very bland, it's very flat. You need some kind of texture on here to really make it pop. The two colors blend together too much to where nothing really stands out. It almost looks like an untextured weapon model. You gotta add something. You gotta add some kind of a brighter element, or maybe a team-colored element, or some kind of a pattern, something that I can look at. Because here, it's just too flat. Not much going on. So. Gravedigger. How old is this? Fairly recent. Oh no, the hat's decent. Shirt looks fine. Yeah, it's okay. It's not bad. The normal coats... Is this paintable? Is the shirt fucking paintable? It better not be. Okay, it's not. The shirt is not paintable. We're okay. We're good. Shirt's not paintable. Oh, no, it's not bad. It's not the best, but it's okay. I think it's pretty good. It's a nice, simple cosmetic. The hat looks a bit odd. Like, I'm assuming this is referencing something. It probably is. But I don't like the feather coming out of the hat. It's not really engineer. It's not really engineer. You could have put something else in there, but the feather looks a bit odd. I don't know. I'll like it, but I won't bookmark it. Oh, hey, the salt... I'm sorry. It's a good name, but I have a fucking potty brain, and so immediately I think of a fucking lonely ball sack. I'm sorry. I don't know. The shovel looks kind of weird. It's this big protruding thing. Like a backpack is fine, but having a big like stick sticking out like that looks kind of odd. Like if it was just a backpack with like maybe like a trowel stuck on the side, that could be okay. But like a big shovel sticking out the side, it looks kind of odd. Like the most amount of clutter you can get on a backpack item like that would be something like the cozy camper. Like all the details on this are small, and you don't have like a big object like slapped onto the side of it. Looks kind of strange. So if they had downsized it or gone with a different object, then I think it'd be fine. But the shovel looks strange. Grandiose goodbye. A very old taunt. Is it really a taunt? Certainly more in line with TF2's animation style. It's a little bit. It's okay. It's really long. It's very, very long. If it was shorter, where it was just like a quick kneel down and holding up the skull to be or not to be, fine. But it's a little too drawn out, a little bit too long. You can half the length of it, and then I think it'd be fine. Yeah, it could very easily be shortened, right? Like the first part where he kneels down, whips out the skull, boom, and then end it there. Stand up. He doesn't need to do the hand on his head. The skull doesn't need to drop. He doesn't need to, like, fix his sleeve afterwards. Then that's it. That's all it needs. We have this. This one got in the game. And it's part of a larger item set. And I'm kind of glad we didn't get the hat, because the hat looks kind of bad. The shoes... Yeah, we already got the medical monarch, but I'm kind of glad we didn't get the hat. It's, yeah, kind of like the pimp medic. Just, it's kind of weird. I also don't like the boots that much. Like the straps, yeah. I'm actually not even a big fan of the vest we got. Like I'm not even a huge fan of the medical monarch either. So, yeah, it's kind of a meh item set. Yes. I like it. I'm okay with it. Paintable, because why not? Fuck it, right? But, I mean, hey, I'm okay with it. Yeah, it's the crazy American. The crazy American. I like it. I think it'd be fine. I'll bookmark it. It's a good mercenary grade. It's okay, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Looks like the Scout. Still looks like the Scout, still looks like TF2, but it's an external media reference that ties nicely into the game that doesn't stick out like an obnoxious sore thumb. It's not Batman's head or a snowtrooper outfit or what have you. It looks like a TF2 cosmetic, so I think this is fine. I mean, of course, Zippy Plow. I mean, that one is just another given that deserves to be in the game. Please, God, Valve, give us more skins like this. Be fucking great, please. But I'm gonna add this will be the elite grade. All right, this is gonna be the elite grade in the case that I build in the video, because like countless people. I'm gonna bump it again right here. Go vote for it. I'm gonna bump it again. I've bumped this countless times, but it's just one of the best war paints on the workshop. that is still not in this fucking game. It's fucking amazing. Seriously. Yeah, it's a war paint and it uses Dragon Slayer as the base. So technically, Valve could add it, but I understand why they're hesitant because it's not a simple copy and paste job. Because it requires multiple UV textures and also other textures instead of just like 4. So yeah, just this one is another no-brainer. Put it in the game, please. Saw that already. Very good. Holy hand grenade, anybody? It's a Monty Python reference, guys. You know, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's the beast that guards the cave. Of course, you can fucking paint the rabbit because why not? Yeah, it's a little much. I don't really think it's okay for the game. It's a cute reference, but it's kind of weird. It's like another random object slapped onto the back of Pyro. It's kind of just very underwhelming. This isn't really a sniper cosmetic. Don't we have this already? We have this, don't we? Don't we have this? We have something very similar to this already in the game, don't we? Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, it's right. Is it just Heavy and Scout? I thought it was for the Demo Man too. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, it's for Heavy and Scout. But I don't know if this feels like a sniper cosmetic. Yeah, the Track Terrorizer, thank you. Yeah, I don't know if this feels like a sniper cosmetic. It doesn't look bad. The paint region is the sleeves, just like the other ones. It's okay. I'm not offended by it. Yeah, I'll say yes. I mean, it's old. It's not gonna get in the game, but... Oh, wait, no, I lied. Here's one of the schizos, by the way. This guy is someone who's doxed people before, so... I don't upvote anything from him. Okay, how long have I been going for? I've been going for almost 3 hours. Okay. I gotta call it there. I'm getting a little bit gassed out. I'm getting a bit tired. So... This is part 1. Okay, so, for those of you that don't know, this guy, this is either Drew or Metabolic, I don't remember which one it is, but 2 individuals by the name of Drew and Metabolic, who have multiple items in TF2 that Valve has been accepting items from for years now, for like the past 8 to 9 years. Valve has been accepting items from them. These 2 individuals, on one confirmed occasion, potentially multiple, have stalked other workshop creators, bullying them because they were either working on similar concepts, they didn't like them for whatever reason, or what have you. They would stalk them, they would harass them in various facets, and they even doxed a guy. They doxed a guy, his credit card information, what have you, got out, and the poor guy was actually homeless for a time, because these 2 schizos just happened to not like the guy, so they doxed him and fucked him over. And these 2 individuals have been members of the TF2 Emporium forever. They still actively work with them because they know that Valve will keep accepting their items into the game, so the Emporium welcomes them with open arms, because that just increases the chances of their work being added to the game, because their names could be tacked onto it. They don't give a shit, right? So, and these guys' items still get put into the game, I think as recently as this year. Like, let me look. Yeah, so he has countless items put in the game that have come from him over the years. See, look at how much shit he has in the game. Yeah. So, gotta love it. Gotta love it. But what can we do? We can do nothing. And I will say, Jesus Christ, don't go out of your way and bother these guys. But they like, it sucks that Valve still pays them a shitload of money for being, you know, just awful people. So, it sucks. It sucks. Like, if everyone, if people knew what I knew about the Emporium, there'd be a lot less controversy with what I have to say about TF2 items and how items are accepted. If people knew what I knew, Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, I recently held an interview with someone from the Emporium who came to me, and I sat down and we talked for like 3 straight hours. Alright? We talked for like 3 straight hours about all of the awful shit that happens in the Emporium, and I wish to God that I could just upload our conversation on YouTube and just have everyone listen to the fucking awful shit that has come out through the Emporium over the years. But he requested that he remain anonymous for fear of his life being ruined by the schizos that are inside the Emporium, because they'll be able to immediately recognize who he is. Instantly. By his voice and what he's worked on. So I can't share it, because I don't want to be responsible for ruining this guy's life. Because people in there will fucking ruin him if they found out that he spoke to me and told me what's been going on in there over the years. It's really bad. And the thing is, I can't do a voice changer either, because he has an accent. They'll be able to immediately tell they'll be able to tell where he's from. And that's all I can say. So even if I put a voice changer over him, they'll be able to spot immediately who he is. So, I mean, I can give you a TLDR. I mean, for years, the Emporium has basically held a monopoly over item creation. Ever since they went from the Face Punch forums into a Discord group, they've become increasingly gatekeepy with who they allow in their inner circle. Basically, if you want any chance of having an item accepted into this game, you must go through the Emporium. Because Valve typically goes back to the same handful of creators, and these creators know this. Therefore, they've locked themselves inside of a Discord group, and they cherry pick who they work with. Typically people who've done most of the work for them, or people who have like a good concept that they can basically piggyback off of, and their items always get accepted. They never want newer people to succeed. They never want to help newer people, because that inherently means more competition for them. So they rarely help out, if ever, help out people who want to make items for TF2. They actively bully people who ask for help or just flat out ignore them. And when it comes to things like sociopolitics, don't even get me started, because if you even step a toe out of line with what they consider to be sociopolitically acceptable, you're just gone. You're ignored. There's also a history of doxing, a history of stalking, a history of just all-around bullying. They have downvote bots. If they don't like you for whatever reason, they have downvote bots that will tank your item on the workshop so you'll never get something accepted. It's really fucked. It's really, really fucked, everything that goes on in the Emporium. And if you go inside their Discord, you're not going to see any of this, because they keep that shit squeaky clean. They've nuked their text channels multiple times in the past, because there was evidence for all of these things in there, and now it's all gone. And now they keep that shit squeaky clean. All the shit that you hear, all the shit I've talked about, it goes on in the background, goes on in DMs, goes on in more personal friend circles. It's really, really bad. And sadly, there's nothing we can do about it, because Valve is not going to step in. They're not going to do shit. They don't care. They're just going to keep picking their items and making money. They don't give a fuck. They just keep these guys at arm's length. They just buy what they make, right? It's really unfortunate. And what sucks is that the bad behavior comes from a very small group of people inside the Emporium. Really about the same 10 to 15 guys who've pretty much been leading and spearheading the workshop scene since like 2009, right? And these guys are all older guys. Like the hundreds of other people inside the Emporium, they want to make stuff or get involved with making stuff, but they're kind of at the mercy of what these guys want to do. They have to appease these guys and, ride their coattails and have their name attached to theirs in order to get something put in the game. But if they don't like them, then they're just fucked. They have no chance, right? So they have to suck them off. They have to appeal to them and do a whole manner of other, jumping through hoops in order to have their names tacked onto something they make, right? They practically beg the mainstay workshoppers to work with them. They beg for people to accept their concepts, have them work with them, otherwise they're never going to get something in the game. And so as a result, you have a lot of very young people, usually in the age like 15 to 20 age bracket, who really suck up to these guys and go to extreme lengths to work with them, because they know that these guys hold the keys to let them in and get something in the game. Because very rarely does Valve go out of their way to pick something that doesn't come from the same group of creators. Very rarely do they go out of the way and pick something that does not come from the same group of people. It sucks. And the reason why Valve does this is because they look for consistency. They look for consistency of compatibility because these guys make items that require little to no extra work to be implemented in the game, right? It's all fully compatible. It's just copy and paste. If they go to someone new, they risk having more problems with a new item, so they don't pick new people. And that's really it. So, it's really not good. It's not good. So. And also, this goes without saying, Jesus Christ, do not go into the Emporium and raise hell. Be bigger than them. Be the better people. Because they already label me as some fucking monster that's like out to destroy them. I'm not. I would just prefer some morals and actually helping out other people wanting to make items for this game instead of monopolizing it for themselves. It sucks. So don't go bother these people. Jesus, be the bigger person. Don't act like how they expect you to act. Don't give them reasons to whine because they love playing the victim card. Anyway, that's about it. That's all I got. This VOD is going to be uploaded to my second channel. It's not going to stay live on my main channel. It's going to be uploaded to my second channel, okay? So I'll probably upload it. It should be live by tomorrow when it's done processing. But thanks for chilling. Thanks for hanging out. We got through a lot of stuff today. We got a lot of good bookmarks for the update. Come back next month where we're going to do it all again. Probably early on in the month too, because the deadline for the update's going to be sometime in the first week or the second week of November. So I have to get the video out by like the 10th. So like I'll probably do the next stream on like the 3rd. Probably on the 3rd is when I'll do the next one. Then I'll make the video and release it hopefully before the 10th. Hopefully that's enough time to like give a bump to good stuff on the workshop. We'll see. But time will tell. And that's it. See y'all.